All right. Okay. One sec. Sure, everything's good. If I should make the lights light and brighter. So yeah, I got Philips. If I should make the lights light and brighter. Got Philips Hue. Yeah, I got Philips. If I should make the lights light and brighter. Nah, that's a little. Nah, let's keep it the same. It's fine. It's that. Cause yeah, I got Philips Hue. I got Philips Hue light bulbs. Pretty cool light bulb. You can adjust on your phone, just the brightness. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So I'll just make sure like the lighting like looks fine. No, it looks fine. Yeah, it looks all right. All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream of mine. Welcome back to another live stream of mine. I don't really live stream that often. Yeah, I don't really live stream too often. I originally wasn't gonna live stream tonight, but then I decided, nah, why not? Might as well. I don't really got anything better to do, so I decided, why the hell not? Might as well. Might as well. And yeah, what's up? Hope you all having a good night. Hope y'all having a good night. And yeah, what's up? I got nobody in the chat right now, but join. Wait for people to join. Yeah, but yeah, I know you guys join probably in the next few minutes. You guys, more people probably join. But what's up? What's up? Yeah, I don't really live stream that often. I don't live stream too often. Anymore. I don't really live stream too often. I don't know. I don't know why. I just don't. I just don't live stream that often. Besides, it's a Saturday night. Why not? But yeah, I do want to start streaming more. I guess the main reason why I don't stream because I guess my streams like I mostly focus on shorts. I mostly want to focus on shorts. So I guess that's why I mostly focus on shorts because they get the most views. And I guess live streams don't get as many views. I still like to do them. Don't get me wrong, but I still like to do them, but they don't get as many views. So maybe that's probably why I still like to do them. Now I still like to do them sometimes. And yeah, maybe I'll start streaming more. So streaming more often maybe. I like going live, going live, streaming, I like doing stuff like that, and yeah, talk about whatever. I don't know, just talk about whatever random shit, and yeah, have a good night, have a good night, and yeah, that's pretty much it, just have a good, I just want to have a good stream, have a good time, and yeah, it's have a good, I just want to have a good stream, have a good night, have a good time, stuff like that, and yeah, and yeah, and yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it, um, it's it's yeah, yeah, and yeah, you know, you know, talk about any random stuff and yeah, yeah, it's about 12 midnight right now. It just hit midnight. It's 12 o'clock. 12, 12 o'clock on the dot. Sunday, July. So what the fuck is this? It's all like some. I don't know. Be at 12:01, and yeah. Oh, cause wait a minute. Was it like? Is that blinking? Was it like? Trying to like recognize my face through the thing. I don't know. I don't know. That blink, whatever. But yeah, 12:01. It's midnight. So you know why not stream? It's nighttime. Saturday night. Why not? Stream. You know, I was actually thinking about stream before. Like I was like planning to stream before, but then I don't know. I sort of forgot about it, I guess. But now, I was. And then I wasn't gonna stream. I was just gonna, take a shower. Play some Madden. It's chill out. Chill out for the night. But then I decided, yeah, why not stream? Why not go live? I like doing live streams. Talking to y'all. Talking to y'all, and going live. And I know some of you guys like it too. So yeah, I don't live stream too much. So I decided why not Saturday night. And yeah, so I'm also gonna try to do live streams more often because I like doing maybe get on a schedule. Maybe. But yeah, I don't like to feel like pressured into doing these. Like I just do live streams when I feel like. I don't like live stream. Like I know people like I Show Speed. Aiden Ross. They live stream every day, but me, I mean, I guess I could do that. I probably could do that, but I don't know. Sometimes, I might, I don't always, want to live stream every day because I don't know, I just might, be doing something, and so, yeah, I don't, feel like live streaming every single day, but I do like to live stream, sometimes, try to live stream regularly, like, a couple times a week, or maybe every day, maybe every other day. I don't know, but yeah, I guess, and they also don't get as many views, like as shorts. I mean, that's another reason why. But yeah, but no, I still like to do them though. I still like doing them. I know you guys like them too, and yeah, and I hope you guys had a good 4th of July weekend. I know I did. I had a pretty good 4th of July. 4th of July was Thursday, which is it's a little different because a lot of times like the weekend, but no, it was on Thursday. So yeah. So I hope you guys had a good 4th of July, and I hope you guys had a good 4th of July weekend also. And yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good 4th of July weekend, and yeah, I had a pretty good 4th of July, and yeah, and I said pretty good time. Went over to my cousin's house. We had a good time. Went in the pool. They have a pool. I went in the pool and stuff like that. Just had a good time. It's a good time, family stuff, and yeah. And also, 4th of July. Like a lot of people, like you know, just think that a lot of people, just think that a lot of people think that 4th of July is, just a day to have a barbecue. People don't realize like what it's really about. Like it's about it's Independence Day. 4th of July. Celebrate the revolutionary. Or it's the day that it's a day that the country became a free country. On July 4th, 1776. July 4th, 1776 is the day that this country got its freedom. It's the day that this country got its freedom, and that's why it's called Independence Day, or 4th of July is called Independence Day. I guess the real name. But a lot of people like uneducated some fucking uneducated kids out there just might think it's just a fucking day to barbecue. Might not not know that what it's really about. But it's really about people that fought for our country and independent people that fought for our freedom, people that fought for our freedom, and and yeah, and so yeah, it's a day that country became a free country. So we gotta appreciate that. Some people might not know because some people are like uneducated out there, especially today's age. This generation, pretty much everybody's pretty uneducated. But yeah. It's you know, but yeah, pretty much yeah. A lot of people. I says, but no, yeah. It's about um I mean, everybody should know what it's about. Some people, but yeah, it's obviously a good time. Appreciate I remember Michael Douglas. I saw his on Fourth of July morning. I remember I saw his he posted on his Instagram, and he made a video saying, Happy 4th of July. And he said, it's, spend time, to appreciate people that fought for our country, and remember that it's the day that we got our freedom, and then after that we can party a little bit. So it's, and yeah, it's good advice. Like it looks, pretty good actor. I like him in Ant-Man, and Ant-Man is pretty good. Ant-Man is what was he, his father? No, he was that one guy that played like was he his mom's father? His mom's, so I don't know. He was somebody, I don't know. But yeah, he was pretty good. But he was pretty good in there. He's pretty good in Ant-Man. I like Ant-Man. I like his role in Ant-Man. He's pretty good. That he's pretty good pretty good in Ant-Man. And yeah, and he was also in other. He's also in So yeah, that's one of the things. I guess it's but he's also in another role I really liked him in was in Wall Street. Wall Street. It's another role I really liked him, and he played that. He played Charlie Sheen's boss. Charlie Sheen's boss in that. You know, Charlie. He played Charlie Sheen's boss in that, and yeah, he at the end, he went to jail because he was doing some shit, and yeah, it was pretty good movie. Pretty good movie, and pretty good movie. I definitely recommend it. But yeah, some people just might think like that movies like that. Some people might just think, oh, it's, people that haven't watched it before, like, oh, that's not going to be interesting. It's called Wall Street. It's going to be about banking or whatever. But nah, it's not. It's not just about banking, because it's about all the crazy shit that they did on Wall Street, back in the 80s. Because obviously back then, like in the 80s, was a lot different than it is now. They were able to get away with a lot more stuff than they are now. It's obviously, different, today, back then was different in the 80s. They did a lot of crazy shit, on Wall Street that, they would never, be allowed to do today, that, because it's different, that was a different time, this is different, but it just shows you all the crazy shit that went down on Wall Street. I know, there's a lot of shit, on Wall Street back then. Everybody, that worked in Wall Street in the 80s, did cocaine, and stuff. And yeah, so it's not just about banking. It's a pretty good movie. The Wolf of Wall. Here's another Wall Street movie. About where Leonardo DiCaprio plays Jordan Belfort. That's good. I don't know which one I like. Yeah, I think I like Wolf of Wall Street maybe a little better than I like Wall Street. Wall Street's still pretty good. Don't get me wrong. Charlie Sheen, Charlie Sheen, even though know we all know, about Charlie Sheen, all the trouble he got in over the years. But no, the movies is good. A couple good movies, but no, he got in like a lot of trouble. Now over the years he got into a lot of trouble. And now, he's his career is pretty much dead. His career is pretty much dead. And yeah, he had a drug problem, and like he drug problem. Was it alcohol or drug? I think it was drug problem. And then he got some trouble because I think he got like arrested for domestic violence. Like I think like he like hit his wife. He beat his wife. I think he got like really drunk one night and he like beat his wife or something like that. Something like that happened. But that was another thing. But yeah, I don't know. So he's pretty much career dead, now, it's pretty much career dead. But yeah, we got two generations of acting in the Sheen family. Martin Sheen was the father. He was in a lot of good movies, like he was in Apocalypse Now. He was in Apocalypse Now. He's in Apocalypse Now. He plays in The Departed. He played that one guy in The Departed. He's in Apocalypse Now. That's a crazy fucking movie. Apocalypse Now. That is one crazy movie. But yeah, so I guess it's hard because like Charlie Sheen's like not was like he's still good. He's in some good movies, but he was never as good as his father. So I guess that's why I don't know if he felt insecure because he can never, he was never as good as his father. So I guess that's something to do with it. I mean, I don't know if it has something to do with the drug problem, but you know, but yeah, I guess he was never as good as his father. He's good, don't get me wrong, but he was never as good as his father was. His father really good. I mean, they're both in a lot of really good classic movies, but obviously his father Martin Sheen was a lot better. I mean, they were both good, but I guess like I don't know. I guess he's fell. He can never live up to his father was. His father was movie. They're both pretty good, but his Charlie Sheen got in a lot of trouble, so that's like so more people probably like his father over him, and I probably agree. He'll never live up. He's not. Yeah, he's not as good as his father. Yeah, he's not as good as his father. He's not as good as his father was. Or I don't know was he. I mean, he's still alive, but he's not really doing. Neither of them are really doing much anymore. I mean, Charlie Sheen wasn't that one show, that one series on Amazon. It's called Bookie. About the bookies. It's actually a pretty good show. I watched it. Pretty good show. When they come out, that was like I think it came out in like November. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it came out in November. I'm pretty sure. And yeah, but he was in that. He made like an appearance in that. He like owed the fucking bookies like tons of money. He owed them like tons of money. And yeah, that was he just made like a small cameo, small appearance in that. But damn, he looks like pretty old. Like I saw him in that, and like he looks pretty old. He's gotten old. But yeah, yeah, he's getting old. He's getting old. He's like almost 60 now. I think his father's almost fucking 80. So they're getting old. They're old. They're not young anymore. Neither of them are young, but but they were both, pretty good actors. And obviously, his father was a much better actor than he was, but he still wasn't bad. But if it wasn't for, all the trouble he got in, he probably, could have, people probably, if he didn't get into like all the trouble that he got in, people probably would, be saying that people probably would be comparing him to his father, if he, didn't get into all that trouble and stuff. Same reason why, Darryl Strawberry isn't in the Mets Hall of Fame because he's one of the best players. He's one of the best players, that the Mets ever had, in Mets history. They won, a World Series with him. They won, a World Series with him. And yeah, but or did they win that? I think that I'm pretty sure they won the World Series. That World Series. But yeah, so he would probably would be in the Mets Hall of Fame if it wasn't for the trouble he got in Darryl Strawberry. It's the same reason you know it's the same reason why Charlie Sheen people don't think he's as good as his father. I mean, either way, probably when he has his father, but it's complicated. But yeah, yeah, yeah. This is stream. Oh yes, well, I guess yeah, not people. Yeah, I guess we'll get some more people in the stream in a second, and yeah, I'll get some more people in the stream in a second. I guess it's late at night, and not a lot of people tune into stream. I mean, there's just a few people, but I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I'll give it a little bit, because sometimes like not people don't tune into my. Sometimes they tune right away, but then sometimes it takes a little bit, because people may not know I'm streaming. Because it's sort of like last a minute, like I guess like if you have the stream like set like previewed, then people will be waiting, people will see. But I sort of I don't really do that. I should go live, second, I just make the live, title it, do whatever, and then go live most of the time. I just do that. It's easier, just do that. And yeah, but yeah, I'll get some people in there. We just had people, but yeah, I'll get some people, man. Got some We got 0 likes right now. Let's get those numbers up. But yeah. So what was I saying? What the hell was I saying? So yeah, obviously, oh yeah, Charleston. Yeah, obviously, Charlie Sheen was never as good as, and yeah, same reason like Dale Strawberry. Like if Dale Strawberry didn't get into all that trouble with doing drugs and shit, he would definitely be in the Mets Hall of Fame. And they just retired his number, not that long ago. It was only like what was that like a month ago? What was that like? That was like I think that was like a month. Like, it was like a month or two ago. I think. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. It was pretty recent they did that. So yeah. So yeah. It's pretty recent. They did that, and yeah. So yeah, and yeah, he is definitely like one of the best Mets that the Mets have ever had, and yeah. But yes, but that's probably the only thing that's stopping them from putting him in the Hall of Fame. All the trouble he got and shit. So yeah, yeah. So yeah. So yeah, and yeah, but yeah, you know, you know, because like it's like similar stuff, like there's similar stuff that both people got in similar drugs and shit, and I know like Daryl Strawberry, I like her, like he would. Like after games, like he would hook up with like a girl, like in the crowd. He would hook up with like a girl in the crowd and say like, "Hey, meet me in the locker room after the game." And then after the game, they would go in the locker room. They would go in the locker room and fuck. I guess they would fuck in the locker room and shit. Shit like that. And so yeah, they did that. And yeah. Yeah. I guess they so yeah, there's a lot of shit that did a lot of shit, and yeah, I did a lot of shit like that, like because back then they were able to get away with that stuff. Nowadays they probably wouldn't be able to to do that stuff. Back then it was different. Back then it was different. People were able, they were celebrities and stuff were able to get away with more stuff like that. But nowadays they probably wouldn't do that. They probably couldn't get away with that stuff. Because they don't. It's a different time now. Back then, they were able to get away with a lot more stuff. Nowadays, they they nowadays it's a different time. People and it's a whole different time. It's different. It's a different time now. Back then, back in the day, they were able to get away with more shit. But now, it's different. Different time now. It's a different time then, and a lot of stuff has changed since back then. Since the fucking 80s. A lot of stuff has changed, and yeah, it's crazy. Like how the world is different now. Like it's crazy like how much shit's changed. I mean, I was obviously wasn't around back then. Wasn't around back then. The 80s, but it's obviously stuff changed a lot, and some of the stuff that changed, it changed, for the better, because back in the day, people were obviously more, racist. People were obviously, more racist back then. They were also, pretty homophobic. The 80s people weren't as racist. Like people like back in the 60s, like 50s and 60s, is when people were like the most racist. And then by the 80s, like it was different. Like after the 60s, stuff changed a little bit. And there's obviously still racism out there, but it's much better than it was. And there obviously always will be racism out there. Unfortunately, unfortunately. But yeah, but another thing, like a lot of people like were more homophobic back then. That's another thing. That people were back then that now. So that's another thing that changed. For the better. That changed for the better. That you know and yeah. So, but that's like more like, I mean, that's like like people like I guess gay rights and people like supporting gays. That's like a little I guess newer than people being not being racist as people supporting the blacks and stuff. That's because that like in the '60s. That's like when um I mean, that's when people homophobic too, but people also really racist. But then after the '60s, after the Martin Luther King, and all that civil rights movements, and all that stuff, you know, all that stuff, I mean, there's still people that were very racist, but it got better. Like I guess after the '60s, after Martin Luther came, Malcolm X, and all that shit. I mean, Malcolm X, I mean, Martin Luther King wanted to do shit stuff peacefully. Malcolm X just really didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. Malcolm X, he just wanted, like, Martin Luther King wanted racism to stop, but he wanted it to, stop in a peaceful way. But Malcolm X was just like, all right, if racism doesn't stop, I'm got to go out and kill all the white people. That was basically, his, point of view. Because I guess he was a little more crazier. Didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. How, you know, how people, how black people would get more rights, and how he didn't care like what he had to do. I mean, he didn't. I mean, no, he did. I'm messing up on. No, he didn't care like how he did it. He didn't care how he did it. He just wanted. He didn't care how he did it, or what it cost him to do it, or or what he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. On he just wanted to do it. He just yeah. But Martin Luther King, he wanted to do stuff more peacefully. And get some more open mind. Wanted to do stuff more peacefully. And both of them, got assassinated for doing stuff that they weren't supposed to do. And I mean, because I mean, they were definitely like very good people, but I guess the people that assassinated them are probably the racist people that didn't like the stuff he was doing, didn't like the stuff he's doing. And also I know like Martin Luther King, I know like he would make speeches in like the wrong places and stuff like that. But yeah, very good person, not a good person. But yeah, I'm pretty sure obviously the people that killed them are obviously like people that like racist, didn't like that stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much that. I don't know where I got on this topic. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. But I don't know where I got. But so yeah, that was then. Obviously, it's still racism now. Racism over the years got a lot better, but that's just like when it was the worst. I guess it was like back in the 1800s is when it was like the worst of the worst. Because that was when slavery. 1700s, 1800s. Before that, slavery went on for 400 years or 600 years or some crazy number like that. It's crazy. But then after slavery ended, after after slavery ended, people were still racist, and for the next and then even for the next 100 years after the Civil War, people were still racist. I mean, well, there's people are still racist now. People are, some people will always be racist, but I'm saying like even like after that, like black people still like weren't that accepted because back in the 50s and 60s, damn near, even damn near 100 years, after the Civil War, black people, they back then, and they weren't allowed in restaurants, weren't allowed in a lot of restaurants. They weren't allowed a lot of white people, and they weren't allowed in a lot of restaurants. They had to have their own bathrooms and shit. So it was like they had like some more rights, but still like wasn't like perfect. They were allowed to vote, or at least like at the time, black men were allowed to vote because women didn't get their rights until you know that was 1920, 1918, 1920. Wasn't 1920? I think it was like 1918. If I remember correctly, I mean I don't remember. I wasn't around back then, but I remember learning about it. History and shit. History class. So if I remember correctly, I think it was 1918. It was either 1918 or 1920, or was it 1919? Not one of them, but so yeah. Then as a woman got the rights, and all black, you know, all black people, men or women, were allowed to vote. Obvious, but still, like it's crazy. Like after the '60s is, I guess after the '60s, like there's still racism, but it wasn't as bad, wasn't nearly as bad. And also, like black people, they lifted the rules where black people were allowed to go wherever the hell they wanted. They weren't, because still like '50s and '60s, like imagine, the 1960s, the Civil War ended in 1965. 19 or no 1860, no, not 18, was it 1860? Yeah, 1860, I'm pretty sure. And then 1865 is when Abe Lincoln got shot, but no, I think 1860, or was that when the war started in 1860 and ended 65? I can't remember. It's something like, but it's still crazy. Like they went on like 100 years later, like I mean, like 100 years later, like in the 1950s and 1960s, it was still like black people had some right to vote, but they didn't have like, they still weren't allowed. They weren't allowed in a lot of restaurants. They weren't allowed in restaurants. With white people. Still a lot of stuff that went on and stuff that went on. With the KKK and yeah, I remember speaking of that, I remember this one time in it was one time in school, like it was a while ago. It was like a few years ago in school. This one, we were watching the movie. It's called The Butler. The movie. It's called The Butler. It's a movie about slavery and racism. Black people. Stuff like that. Showed all the shit. All the shit. It was about like black people and like it started off like right after slavery. I was gonna say start off during slavery, but I don't think it didn't start off during slavery. Now that I remember, it started off like I think like right after slavery, and then it like went to like the '50s and '60s, and then like it went all the way to like the early 2000s. The early 2000s is where like it's like sort of like where like it went to like a lot of different timelines, but you know, and yeah, and or I think that's yeah, I think that's. I mean, the movie came out in like 2005, 2006, and so it's a good movie. But my point is, I remember one time, um, I remember while you were watching this movie, there's this one scene where I think there's one scene where where the black people in the black people are again like they're again like attacked by like the KKK. I think like they were all on the bus. They're all like all on a bus, the black people, and then the KKK like burned down the bus and like attacked them and like was terrorizing them and stuff. And then like as we were watching that scene, this fucking guy that he was just a fucking asshole. I could not stand it. He looked at me and said, "Hey Liam, that was your people." He was like this. He wasn't black. He was like Puerto Rican. He wasn't even black. That was crazy, the craziest thing. But he was like a Puerto Rican, or he was like Puerto Rican, or I think he was like Puerto Rican or Dominican, or something like that. But he was like, Liam, that that was your people that did that, right? And I was like, I know. Like, what am I supposed to do? And then like it started making me a little mad because back then I was like, this is when I was like 13, 14. Now I'm about to be 17. But back then, like it was only a few years ago, I guess. But back then, like I let stuff get to me more. Like I don't really like if somebody said that to me now, I'll be like, well, I didn't have nothing to do with it. I mean, that's sort of what I said then, but like I was also sort of made me mad too. But back then, like I would get more mad and I would like let stuff get to me. Like, but that one thing, that guy was just a fucking asshole. He just wanted to get to me, and then this other friend of mine who was black, he sort of like this other friend of mine that I had who was black. He sort of like defended me. Actually, he was like he said to this guy, "Well, he didn't have anything to do with it. Stop, picking on him. Stop, he didn't have anything to do with it. He's people might, he didn't have anything to do with it." And so, he sort of defended me because, right, I didn't have anything to do with this. Some, people that, maybe my ancestors, and I don't think any of my family did, like older people that are like older. I don't think any of them did. I doubt. I don't think. I mean, maybe like I don't. Yeah, no, I don't think many people like old, like some like old, like my old people in my family that were like around back then. Like I don't think they're not race. I don't think. I don't think they're racist. If I grew up down south, like if I was born and raised down south and had family down south, then they probably would be racist. Like but no, this is Jersey. This is Jersey. Up here in Jersey, not as many people were racist. Down south, I mean, there's probably some people that up here that were racist, but really, were most of the stuff happened was down south. That's mostly where most of the stuff happened. So yeah. But yeah, I had nothing to do with that. But yeah, it was a pretty good movie, The Butler. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good movie. And I remember like I remember this is one part in it that like was like it was sort of crazy. I mean, it wasn't like it was sort of funny. I guess sort of funny. I remember like they had like when they were like when like they had like I know like back like in the 50s, like back in the 50s, like when black people would go to like go to restaurants, and then they would get harassed by racist white people. And so then I remember like the protest like they had like they had like these like white people go in there, white people and black people go in like with like protest and like sit that like the white people like sit with the black people, and then they got like harassed to everybody calling them like N-word lovers and stuff. But I remember this one scene like these black people, they're saying, all right, to get protest, you gotta practice, you gotta act race, you gotta have a N-word coming at him. I'm not gonna say the actual word, but he basically told them, you gotta act like a racist, gotta try to act like a racist, and you gotta say the N-word, you gotta say the N-word. At first he was like, I'm not comfortable saying that, but then they're like, come on, just say it, and then he said it, and then like he kept on saying it, like he was like, get up, you, like he was like, I guess got into it and like kept like saying it, like just pretend to be racist because they told him to say it. But yeah, so it wasn't like fucked up. I mean, it was sort of like he kept like saying it, like after they told him saying, like he kept saying it. So I guess maybe he was getting he was getting maybe like a little I don't know, a little too into it. I guess a little too into it. I guess, but I mean, they told him to say it. So it's not like a fucked up. It's obviously doesn't make it racist. They told him to say it, so it's that it doesn't make him a bad person. But he sort of got into it. Got a little too into it maybe, and he like said like a few times, and like he's like, "Get up, you want you want," and yeah, it was. But yeah, that was a good movie. I remember like they showed like how like they went in the process, had the white people like go sit next to black people in the restaurants, and they would have other, and then they would have other the racist white people basically harassing the black people and harassing them for sitting with the black people. Be like, oh, you an N-word lover now. Oh, you like the ends, you like the ends. Then yeah, that's they basically harassing the white people just for sitting with the black people, because back then things were different, back then things were different, and like it was different back then. Some things that like you didn't it was different time, crazy different time, and yeah, but that was back then. a lot of crazy shit happened back in those times, back in the 50s and 60s. But that was one of them. I remember like they showed that in the movie, and yeah, they showed some like other shit. But yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah. But yeah, Dan's live is pretty dead today. There's just like one, two people joined the live, but now they got it. There was just a couple people on live now. Because sometimes, like it's weird because sometimes my live streams like get a lot of like they don't get like a whole lot of people, but they might get like a decent amount of people, and they might get a decent amount of likes too. But sometimes my live streams do pretty good, but then other nights, I guess tonight, it's a little slow, maybe because it's late. But I mean, there has been other times I did live streams late. Oh, excuse me, and they did, got a lot of people in the live stream. But I guess it really depends, depends what it is. But depends what it is, and I guess some nights are obviously better than other nights. I guess some nights live streams might do pretty good, and then other nights they other nights they don't. You know, other nights they don't. Some nights they might, and then some other nights they might not. That's just how it happens, I guess. You know. It's just what was I saying? Oh, I get the track. But yeah, it's just how. Oh yeah, it's on live stream. That's just how it happens. Sometimes live streams do really good, and sometimes they don't. And yeah, and yeah, I had a pretty good day. I didn't really do like a whole lot today. It just sort of like slow. I sort of just like stayed inside most of the day. I went outside a little bit like later on, but usually like recently I've been trying to go for walks every day. And I've been trying to lose this weight, lose this weight. So I've been going for walks every day, staying active. But today I didn't, and the reason why I didn't, because around the time like where I usually go for my walks was like 4 or 5 o'clock. Like usually it's usually the time like I go for a walk like usually like 4 or 5 o'clock. But during those times like, or it's more like during 3 and 4, it was thundering out. It was thundering out like loudly, and yeah, so it was. So after that, it was like a little wet outside. So I was like, screw it, I'm gonna, today is just gonna be a day where I'm inside. Some days like some days. It's, I guess you could say it was a bit of a lazy day. A bit of a lazy day for me. I mostly stay inside, and I watched the new I watched the new documentary on Netflix. The new it's a documentary on Netflix. It was called The Man with 1,000 Kids. The man with 1,000 kids, and it's a pretty crazy documentary. It's a pretty crazy documentary because the guy this it's about a man who literally he literally had 1,000 kids. He must have had like damn near like over 1,000 kids, because it's pretty crazy. This guy. It's basically about this guy. It's obvious true story. It's documentary. True story. Real life guys. I think his name was Jonathan Jacob. It was Jonathan Jacob, and then like he had another name, Jonathan Jacob something, sort of like John Bon Jovi. Like they got John Bon Jovi. So, or most people Bond, but he had like another one like on the end. But yeah, but so he was a sperm donor, and he must have had like over 1,000 kids, because he was like literally like donating sperm all over the world. He was mostly popular in the Netherlands. That's where like that's where he's from. He was Dutch. He's from the Netherlands, and yeah, so yeah, he's from the Netherlands, and yeah, but that's like where like a good amount of like the people. Well, that's where like some of I guess that's sort of like where he started. I guess that's sort of where like he started like in the Netherlands, since he's from the Netherlands. That's where he started. But then he started traveling all over the world, and at one Well, we have kids all over the world. He's donating sperm all over the world. Everywhere, like all over the world, like some Australia, all the way in Australia, some in Thailand, Japan, I think, even in the U.S., Canada, even in the U.S., I think a little bit too, because yeah, like even here in the U.S., I'm pretty sure, like all over the world, like literally, like all over the world, he was doing this, and yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like all like he was just like it was just like getting out of hand, and he basically was a serial donor. All right, we got X Surfy X in the chat saying, what's up, what's up, how you doing, hope you're having a good night, man, hope you're having a good night, man, and yeah, it's been good streaming going on for about 45 minutes, so yeah. Yo, I got a question. Okay, what's the question? This question. Ask the question. Yeah, that's okay. Ask the question. If you have a question, yeah, I guess ask the question. But yeah, so is this? Oh, can you name something that I should turn into a edit? Can you name something that I should turn into an edit? Um, and, I don't know. And turn in something that you should turn into something that you should edit, or something that you should turn into an edit. I don't know. Just I don't know. I don't really know exactly like what you mean by that. Like something that I could. I guess I mean like you mean like anything like any like thing. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know like just anything in general. I don't know. I'm not the best person to ask. I'm not the best person to ask for advice. Like just anything random, like some specific. If you give me like a specific, subject, or some like more specific, I can say what like should I do this or that. But I don't like any random thing. Like I guess you could do like it could be anything. You could edit. I don't know about food, video gaming. Anything. Anything. I guess. But I don't know. I'm not really the best guy of advice. But I guess anything, you could do like food, gaming, some game related, anything. It's whatever you want, whatever you want. But yeah, so anything you want, anything I guess interest you, and yeah, yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, back to talking about so yeah, the documentary is it's pretty crazy. The documentary, the documentary is pretty pretty crazy. It's, pretty crazy. Documentary. It's pretty crazy because the guy literally might have had like 1,000 kids, like 1,000 kids like that were his, and it was a problem. It was turning into a problem because some of the kids were like, what would happen like if like someday they meet each other, like when they meet each other, and then they fall in love, like two they meet each other and they fall in love, and then I guess if they have sex, have a kids together, they don't know that'll be ancest, it'll be ancest, they're not going to know that they're related, and then they're fucking kid might turn out autistic, because that's usually what happens a lot of times, when you have ants, have ancestors, have sex with your sister, have sex with your cousin, have sex with somebody you're related to, have kids with somebody that's related to you. It's ancest. Technically, I don't know. In Jersey, and I know ancest is legal in New Jersey. Not that I would ever, me personally, I would never do. That's fucking disgusting. Like, but I know a lot of sick people out there do that, especially in Alabama. But I know Alabama. I know it's a lot of states. I know it's legal. Like it's not. It's legal in most states. I know maybe some states aren't, but I know New Jersey definitely is. Alabama definitely is. Without a doubt. But it's legal. It's legal. But so I don't know. But that's obviously a problem if two people, you know, that if two of the people that were his hit that hit his kids, like, or his from his sperm donations, they might that's a problem if they meet each other and then fall in love and have kids together, because then that's ancest, and they not even gonna fucking know it. They're not even gonna know it. And I mean, unless they get a DNA test or something, if they get a DNA test or something, they'll they'll know, and then like, oh shit, I've been fucking my fucking like half sister, fucking my half brother, or my half sister, and then some of them, it's gonna be weird. That's it's gonna be weird. So so yeah, it's crazy. So then like eventually they he got charged with, I forgot exactly what his charge was, or having too many kids or donating too much sperm, or but he was basically ordered to never be able to donate sperm again, to never be able to produce sperm again. Or he wasn't okay. He wasn't ordered to never produce sperm again. That's not their control. He was ordered. He was ordered to never donate sperm. I don't think he was donated to never reduce sperm. That's like, I don't know, but he was ordered to never donate sperm. He was ordered to never donate sperm again. So yeah. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, that's what it led to, because it was getting out of hand. And yeah, so then after that, most of the moms, were pretty happy about that. And yeah, he has a YouTube channel. I looked at like some of his videos, and basically, like, in the more recent videos, he's still making videos. He's still making YouTube videos, and most of the YouTube videos he's making now is basically defending himself. Basically, making videos defending himself. Addressing some of the things, because addressing some of the things, and saying some of the accusations weren't true. You know, and basically, and I know another thing, like, he was accused of, another thing that they talked about in the Netflix doc series is he was like mixing sperm. Him and this other guy were like mixing the sperm, which, yeah, they're trying to like do some like chemicals, like mixing their DNA together. They're like basically like mixing their DNA, which is sort of weird, but yeah, you know, that's what he was, that's what they were doing apparently. But he was basically, saying, he was, basically saying, and he was basically saying, on his, YouTube channels, a couple of videos, that it's not true. He never did that, and yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I don't know if I believe him or not, but, or did he say, I don't know. But the documentary is pretty good. The documentary is pretty good, pretty well put together. A lot of the documentaries on Netflix, like, I've watched a good amount of documentaries on Netflix. This one, that's a pretty good one. But Netflix is definitely really good at making documentaries. They're obviously really good at making documentaries. Netflix, and every time they make a documentary, it's always pretty well put together. A lot of the documentaries are pretty good. Documentaries. Pretty good documentaries. They make pretty good documentaries, and yeah, and yeah. And yeah, I know another good documentary they made was the dancing. It was Dancing for the Devil. That shit was crazy. That Dancing for the Devil. It was, yeah, Dancing for the Devil. The documentary, that shit was crazy. The whole thing with the TikTok cult. That shit was that was something else. I don't that was something else. That was something else. That was definitely something else. But that shit was crazy though. That was crazy. All that shit, the cult, and that the girl was like, she was like, they like basically like 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 sort of like possessed her. Like that whole shit was just crazy. Like she was like a totally different person. It's like they like like possessed her, and like she wasn't the same after that. She was like a totally different person after that, and it was pretty crazy. And yeah, and a lot. So yeah, that was just crazy. The whole thing that was insane. And then another good document. But yeah, the documentary is pretty good. Pretty uh, well put. It was pretty well put together. Pretty well put together. I personally think. Then another one that was good was the American Nightmare. That was pretty good. That came out. What was that like? Oh, oh, so, sorry, my back, fucking back's hurting a little bit. Stretch. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just had to stretch for a second. It's not sitting down a little too long. Just had to stretch for a second. You know, but yeah, sitting down for too long. Yeah, my back hurts. It's in this position, so I'm starting to make my back hurt a little bit. But yeah, again, American Nightmare was pretty crazy. The whole thing about the girl, it's this woman. She was kidnapped. She was kidnapped, and then these guys, they kidnapped her, and then they kidnapped her, and they kidnapped her, and also, raped her. They raped her, several times. He raped the guy, raped her several times, and just held their hostage for like, was it like a few months, I think, and something like that. And then like, a lot of the times, they most like a good amount of the time, they thought, she was dead. They thought that her husband, or was it fiance, or I think her husband, they thought that he killed her. They thought that he killed her, and so then he was facing charges, and they were interrogating him and stuff. But then, so yeah, they thought like, because main reason why is because their marriage was like sort of falling apart. They were sort of like on the edge of like getting divorced. Like they were sort of like on the edge of getting divorced. That's why people thought that he might have had something to do with her disappearance, and he might have killed her. People thought that he might have killed her, and yeah, and then after she came out and said everything, people thought that she made it up, and people thought that she got it from the movie Gone Girl, which I still haven't seen that movie. I've been like meaning to watch that movie. That's been on my list. Gone Girl's a movie's been on my list. The movie with Ben Affleck and I forgot the name of the other actors and actresses, but people thought that she was getting it from the movie. She was getting it from the movie. So I don't know who. But then for a while, people just thought like she got, and like a lot of people thought, oh, she made the whole thing up. She got it from the movie Gone Girl. But then it came out after that, after it came out that it turned out that she was telling the truth. It turned out that she didn't make this thing up. It turned out she was telling the truth. And then the guy, the guy that kidnapped her was arrested, and it was arrested. They were able to like identify him or identify a suspect, and yeah, so yeah, they arrested him on all charges, and I guess he's currently rotting in jail, as he should. But it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, like how you might think one thing, and then it turns out that it was a totally different thing. Though she wasn't lying. I mean, like most people thought, she was lying. There was some other shit about. There's some other person who like did, but no. It turns out she wasn't lying. She was telling the truth the whole time. She was telling. Oh yeah, I got a haircut. I'm because I got a haircut like a few days ago. You guys noticed. But yeah, looking good, looking strong. I got cut a little short. I like to get cut short for the summer. So yeah, that's that. Looking good, and fresh, and yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that was good. The American Nightmare, that whole thing was crazy. And another good Netflix documentary was the Ashley Madison documentary about the whole Ashley Madison scheme. If you don't know what Ashley Madison is, it's basically like a website. It's basically a website where like cheating, where like where like husbands and wives, would go on to basically cheat on their spouses, and what the CEO, there's the creator and the founder, the CEO, his belief was by cheating on your spouses will save the marriage, with it'll save the marriage. That was basically his belief, and so that's why he launched it, for them, for husbands and wives to have affairs with other people while still being married. And so they're thinking that save, his belief was that it'll save their marriage. So sometimes it could have been true, could have not, but basically the documentary is basically about the whole Ashley Madison scheme that happened in 2015, I think it was like the whole thing where like these hackers, they like hacked into him and leaked all like people's personal information. They also leaked a lot of like personal information about the CEO, a lot of like a lot of secrets he had, a lot of stuff that he did, came out, a lot of emails, private emails and stuff, came out, and a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff, came out, they leaked, a lot of people's, private information, a lot of people leaked their information, and at first, they just warned them, and said, if you don't, if you don't shut down Ashley Madison for good in 30 days, we'll leak everybody's, personal information, to credit cards, anything, all is going to be leaked, and yeah, and they were basically, and they didn't want to shut it down because they basically said, if you don't shut this down, then we'll leak everybody's personal information. But they were like, who the fuck are you? And they didn't even particularly know that these guys would. Hold on. Oh, yes, just the cat toy. It was like on this like sofa, but yes, cat. It's from my cat. Yeah, my cat. We bought some of these toys from my cats. They were like playing with it a little bit, but then they sort of forgot. But it was like under some size. I don't know. It's just my. I don't know. I guess it was bothering me looking at it because my ADHD. I have like ADHD, and like stuff like bothers me. Certain. I don't know if I have OCD. I don't have OCD. But like sometimes, like certain stuff that's in like a certain place will like bother me, so I have to like move it. And like I don't know. So that's not OCD. I think it might be like it might be like the part. It's a part of my ADHD, I think. And yeah. Okay, B day Bade said, "What shows do you currently watch?" Well, that's oh shoot. What's that? Well, sorry. Throat. Throat's getting fucking scratchy. But okay, so what shows do I currently watch? So shows I currently been watching. I watched that documentary, The Man with 1,000 Kids, and to be completely honest, that's that. Yeah, I watched that, and then like I watched and I watched some others. But to be completely honest, I haven't really been watching a lot of series lately. I haven't been watching like a whole lot of TV shows lately, and that's because I don't know. I guess there hasn't been a lot of good stuff on it, and because I don't know. I guess I just haven't been watching a lot of TV shows lately since summer. I've been going. So I've been watching a good amount of movies, though. I've been watching a good amount of movies lately, but when it comes to series, is recently. I guess I haven't really been watching a lot of stuff recently, and yeah, because yeah, during the winter time, I watch a lot of stuff. I watch like every, like I probably watch like damn near like every like Netflix documentaries, every like show. Like I watch not every show, but like I watch a lot of like TV shows and movies like during the winter time, and also play a lot of video games. Play a good amount of video games too. But during the summer, like I still play video games during the summer. I still watch movies. I still watch TV shows, but not as much as I do during the winter. So right now, to answer your question, I haven't really been watching like a whole lot of stuff. The last thing I just watched was the Man with a Thousand Kids, that documentary. Pretty good documentary. But like shows, like I haven't really been watching a lot. Yeah, but yeah, besides that, I haven't really been watching many shows. But oh, a movie I just watched last night is I just watched um I just watched the new Beverly Hills Cop movie. I just watched the new Beverly Hills Cop movie. The new Beverly Hills. I just watched the I just watched it. I just watched the new Beverly Hills Cop movie last night. It was pretty good. It was pretty good seeing Eddie Murphy, back in the Beverly Hills Cop, movie, making a new Beverly Hills Cop movie after all these years. It's been, 40 years since the first Beverly Hills Cop movie came out, and it's been 30 years since the last one came out, which is the third one. Oh yeah, and just sorry, I know it's like random, but okay, we got a couple of you on the chat, and we got 0 likes. So if I would really appreciate if you drop a like, on the stream. If you give the stream a like, I would, really appreciate that. Give the stream a like. That would I really appreciate that if you take time. Smash that like button. I would really appreciate that if you did that. I know it's sort of like random, but I just saw that because I just realized we have 0 likes. So yeah, I would really appreciate that if you can hit the like button, and yeah. So what was this? I got. Oh yeah, it's pretty. So yeah, so before the July 4th night, before July 4th, the night of July 4th, I haven't watched any of the Beverly Hills Cop movies before them. Then yeah, only like, do you have Alexa? No, I don't have Alexa. I have the Apple HomePod. Um, the Apple Home. I used to have an Alexa. I used to have an Alexa like a while ago when like they first came out. Like I used to have one, but right now, like I think something happened with it, like broke or something, or like yeah, like broke or something like that happened. But right now, yeah, I don't have one. But I have an Apple HomePod, which is basically Apple's version. So basically Apple's version. So yeah, I have that. And yeah, it's the Apple HomePod Mini. I don't got the big one, the small one, but yeah. So hey Siri, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm fine, thanks.
All right, you see, hey Siri,
Uh-huh.
what time is it?
It's 1:04 a.m.
I hope you guys. Okay, I hope you guys heard that. Let me know if you guys heard that. That was Siri, talking. So yeah, pretty cool. It's basically the same thing, just Apple's version. I'd say, I say hey Siri when you know, I'm doing when just triggered the fucking HomePod saying. But yeah, basically say hey, hey, basically say hey Siri once, when actually, but I'll say that I would say Alexa do this, but I say hey Siri, do this. That's no and yeah, but yeah, so yeah, I have the Apple HomePod. I used to have Alexa about 9 more basically. And what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Oh yeah, the new. So yeah, I watched before like a couple nights ago. Before like a couple days ago. I haven't watched any of the Beverly Hills Cop movies. But so then, because when the new one came in, the new one literally just came out like a few days ago. So like, I wanted to watch that one, but then to watch that one, I obviously had to go back and watch the others because prior to that, I haven't watched any of the other Beverly Hills Cop movies. So I couldn't just watch the new one because obviously, I gotta watch them in order, to know what the hell's going on. So that's why I went back and watched, all the other Beverly Hills Cop movies, 1, 2, and 3. They're really good movies. Like, it's pretty crazy that I haven't watched, any of the movies until only a few days ago, because they are really good movies, really funny movies. Eddie Murphy is really good in them. Really funny. You know, basically plays a cop in Beverly Hills, and he's from Detroit, and then like he goes out to Beverly Hills, and sort of like becomes a cop there and stuff. But it's a really good movie. So I watched the first three, and then the new one, which I guess is the fourth one, and they're all really good. They're all really good. The new one was really good too. But yeah, that one just came out. It was really good. Definitely recommend going to watch. Definitely if you, but I definitely recommend watching all of them if you haven't. But if you have watched, the first three, probably I definitely recommend watching, this one. But if you haven't watched any of them, what I would recommend doing is going back and watching the first three, and then watching the new one, because it's only it makes sense. It only makes sense that you do that. It only makes sense that you do that. And yeah. So yeah. That only makes sense that you do that. And yeah. So yeah, they're all really good movies. Really recommend them. And yeah, but it's just crazy. It's funny seeing Eddie Murphy. After all these years, come back, and he's old now. He's old. Like it's been 40 years since the first movie came out. So he's old. He was like in his like he was like I think he was like in his 20s when like the first Beverly Hills Cop movie came out. He was like in his fucking 20s. He was like in his 20s. He was like in his 20s when it first came out. Now he's like fucking 60. So he's old now. He's gone. Obviously he's aged a lot. Since then, because that was a while ago. It was, 40 years ago. The first Beverly Hills Cop movie came out. So since then, he's gotten old. He's pretty old, but he's still really good. The new one's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. They have his daughter. He has a daughter, or his daughter in it. Because the third, because it said that she says that she's 32. She's 32, but the third Beverly Hills Cop movie came out in 1990. It came out in 1994. The third Beverly Hills Cop movie, and so that would have made her two in that. Since that was 30 years ago, if she was 32, she would have been born in 1992, which she would have been born in 92. But she was, but she didn't. She wasn't in the third Beverly Hills Cop movie. I guess they didn't think of having him have a daughter, but they didn't like she would have been two of them, but she wasn't in that. They didn't have him have a daughter. He wouldn't didn't. I don't think he did. Did he talk? I don't think so, or like even say anything, but I don't think. But then I guess the fourth one, I guess they, when they made the fourth one, they just decided to just, add that, he had a daughter. And obviously, she's older, she's a grown ass woman. She's, doing work similar to, and she's also very attractive, actually. The actress that plays is very attractive. And very good very good actress too. Forgot her name, but she's pretty. She's really good, and she's really good alongside Eddie Murphy. Playing his daughter. She's pretty good. And yeah, and but yeah, so like I say, it's adding him having a daughter, and she basically, she does work. She's a lawyer. She's like a lawyer in like criminal justice, or whatever. So she basically like does like the opposite of what he does, because he tries to get criminals put away, puts away criminals, and she you know like helps them get out of jail. Well, I mean, I don't think she helps. She mostly help like innocent criminals, but I mean, I know a lawyer's job is to lie, even if they know that the guy's guilty, job's to lie. What are you doing? That's my cat. That's my cat. It's my cat right here. Kai. Say what's up, Kai. So, but yeah, it's always bothering me and shit. But so what the hell was what else? Oh yeah, um Um, Miss, no, a pretty friendly cat. Miss, she's yeah, my cat. She like gets on my nerves sometimes. You know, my cat. You know, Kai. She gets on my. I have another cat too, but the other cat I had, she's she's good too, but she doesn't like really bother me a lot. Like the one that like she likes some of my other family. Like my sister. She likes some of my other family members, but the one that but this one, Kai is the one that really likes me, and yeah, and then my the other cat really likes my sister, but yeah, so the other cat, Kiki, she really likes my sister. Then the other one, Kai, this one right here, she really likes me, and it's sometimes a little annoying. I mean, it's good, she really likes me, but sometimes it could get a little annoying. Sometimes she like fucking wakes me up. She's like she like wake me up meowing like to like hop on my bed and meow really loud and wake me up at fucking like 5:30 in the morning, like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, in the middle of the night. She'll jump on my bed and fucking wake me up. So it's a little annoying. She gets on my nerves sometimes, but I gotta love her for it. I gotta, because it's a cat, and yeah. But yeah, it just get annoying. Like at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning when she's jumping on my bed and waking me up. I'm just like trying to sleep. Sometimes, like I don't. To be honest, sometimes I don't even get to bed till that time. Sometimes, like I might have just went to bed like not that long ago, and like I might have been only sleeping for like a few minutes. I might have been only sleeping for like fucking 10 minutes, and then she'll jump on my bed and wake me up. Because it's summertime, so I've been like staying up late and going to bed late. So sometimes I might have just gone to bed. I might have literally like just gone to bed like not that long ago, and she's fucking jumping on my bed and waking me up. So it gets a little annoying, but I gotta love her for it. At the end of the day, she might get on my nerves sometimes, but I love my cats. I love both of my cats. You know. But yeah. Right now she's sitting beside me. She can still say hi. This would be a good thumbnail. So, but yeah, it's just but yeah, most of the time there's not that often. There might be like it's not that often where like she'll be sometimes like, but yeah, sometimes she'll like be mad at me. But so she has like scratched me before. Like sometimes like sometimes like she doesn't like to be penned. Sometimes like when she wouldn't be in a good mood, I would go to pet her and she would scratch me sometimes, but not right now. I don't. Right now, she's pretty friendly right now, but sometimes like she would scratch me when I go to pet her. Like sometimes, like, I guess when she's not in a good mood, but she has scratched me before. I don't really have any scars right now. It's been a while since she scratched me, but like once in a while, not really that often. She does, and yeah, and yeah, but yeah. And yeah, I forgot what was I saying before for my cat. You're rudely interrupting me. I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Something. Um, um okay, go do something. Go do something. Hey, come on, go. Yeah, yeah. Whatever. It's fine. Um, but yeah. Okay, come on, come on, go. Oh, whatever. Season as long as she's it's not a disturbance. Sometimes yeah, she be a disturbance. I mean, she's not really doing anything right now. She's chilling. She's chilling, relaxing, stuff like that. Rubbing up against me a little bit. You know, I don't know, but yeah, and yeah, you know, and yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of here soon. I've been live streaming for well over now, almost an hour and 20 minutes now. Live stream, it's been going all right tonight. Right now we got people in chat, but there was just a few people a minute ago. But it's right now zero. We only got one like. I was trying to get those numbers up a little bit. And yeah, I guess I'm doing this in there. What time is it? It's a little after 1 in the morning, 1:16. After this, I do want to take a shower, maybe relax. I hope that's not a little. That might be a little personal information, but yeah, it might be a little personal information. But that's what I'm gonna do after this. Probably take a shower, maybe watch some TV, play some, watch some YouTube, Netflix or whatever, and then, or that, or play some video games, maybe, and go to bed. Come on, get out! Oh my god! Oh, shh! Come on, go. I don't mind I don't mind my cat being here. I just don't want her being being disruptive. I don't want her being disruptive. You know, I don't want her being disruptive to the stream. You know, but she's okay. Shh, stop. Come on. Uh, shh. Come on. Shh. Stop. Shh. Come on. Go. Shh. But okay. Shh. Go over there. Go. Shh. There. All right, but okay, stop. Okay, stop. Shh. Aggravating me now. Shh. Sit down. Okay, come on. Sit down. Actual cat. I don't know, it's a little difficult getting my nerves. Hey. All right. Shh. All right. I don't mind her sitting there. I still. She's sitting. I don't mind her sitting there. I just don't want her to like bother me. I don't mind her sitting next to me. I just don't want her to be like if you're gonna sit next to me, don't be distracted. Don't distract. Don't disrupt the stream. I'm fine with her sitting. I'm fine with my cat sitting near me. I just as long as she doesn't interrupt the stream, and that's sort of what she's doing, sort of interrupting a little bit. So, like, I don't mind you sitting here, Kai. Just as long as just don't interrupt stuff. As long as you don't interrupt stuff, I'm fine. But all the time she's tend they'll interrupt a little bit. Shh. Okay, I'm action. As long as you just don't interrupt, and as long as she doesn't interrupt, but. Yeah, I don't know how much longer. I want to go for maybe a little longer. I mean, I was planning to stream for like an hour, but it's been more than an hour. I was thinking about getting out of here, but no, I sort of want to keep going for like maybe just a little longer, a little bit longer. Hey, stop. She's going behind. She's on the other side of me now. Whatever. But she's right. You see? Oh yeah, her tail is right. See you right behind. But yeah. So one thing I was gonna talk about is I know at the end of the month, I don't know when. Come on, Kai, stop. Keep rolling around. Come on, sit. Good. All right. It's fine. All right. But what was I saying? I forget. Oh yeah, at the end of the month, I think like the 20th or some, a new season of Cobra Kai is dropping. A new season of Cobra Kai comes out at the end of the month, at the end of like the 20th, or so I don't know, sometime at the end of the month, a new season of Cobra Kai is coming out, and yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm personally pretty excited because I'm pretty excited because it's going to be pretty good, but apparently they're only releasing like the first 5 episodes at the end of the month, and then they're only releasing half of the season uh, at the end of the month, and then in November is when they'll release the other half, the other um, few episodes. So I don't know why they're doing it like that, but I don't know. They are. But either way, I'm still excited, to see, the season, see. See, some of the episodes. I'm pretty excited. See, see the episodes and see, the series. See, the new season of Cobra Kai. And yeah, because basically ended. The last season ended. We've been waiting 2 years. We've been waiting like almost 2 years. Like we've been waiting almost 2 years for the new season to come out, for the new season to drop. So, I'm happy. So yeah, but it basically ended where that fucking guy that like instructor guy. Well, in the old Karate Kid movies, he was the instructor and the coach, the karate teacher guy, the old karate teacher guy. I forget his name. I forget his name, but I forget his name, but I forget his name, but I can't exactly remember his name. I can't exactly remember his name now, but it's something. I can't exactly remember, but it's something. But yeah, he escaped from jail. He like pretended to be stabbed, or was he really stabbed? I mean, he looked pretty real, but no, I think obviously he wasn't really stabbed in real life, but I don't know. Did the guy really stab him? And did he really? No, I looked like he didn't, but I think it was like I don't know, but like he pretended that like he was stabbed and. Or maybe he was really stabbed. He might have been. I don't know. But then they rushed him to the hospital, or he was fake stabbed because when they got him in the operating room because he would have at least waited for them to stitch up the wounds before. But no, I think it was like fake. It was like fake blood or some. I don't know how they did it, but yeah, he escaped from jail. He basically like knocked the doctors out. And knocked the doctors that were in the room out, and then he disguised himself in scrubs. He disguised himself in scrubs, and like busted out of there, and like in scrubs, and yeah. So that sort of left off on a cliffhanger. I thought after the 5th season they would have ended the series because how much more can they really add on to the story? Because a story, if you really think about it, the story's been going on for fucking 40 years. One of the best. The show was really good show. The Karate Kid movies, you haven't seen the Karate Kid movies, really good. The whole series, really good. Love, all the characters, Daniel LaRusso, all of them. It's cool, in the new Cobra Kai, they come back, after all these years, and, he has kids now, and, the guy, Johnny Lawrence, or is that a different way? Johnny. I think his first name is Johnny, right? He has a kid of his own, and like he wasn't really the best father. He didn't really have like the best relationship with his kid. He wasn't really like the best father. Like the mother was the one that was like I guess like the mother wasn't really like that good either. But like she was the one. I guess she was the one that was like there for them, that like took care of him and raised him, because Johnny was never there. But she wasn't really a good mother either, because she like would like leave for like 5 days and come back, and she kept like hooking up with she kept like hooking up with these fucking guys. She was a bit of a slut, to be honest. She was like a bit of a slut. She was a bit of a whore, to be completely honest. She was a bit of a whore. I mean, if you've seen the show, you would know, but yeah, but yeah, she was a bit of a whore, and yeah, she was a bit of a whore. But yeah, but the whole show is pretty good. I mean, the old Kraken movies was really good, and the show is really good too. And one thing I like about it is most of the actors are the same, which is pretty cool. Daniel Larusso is still played by Ralph Macchio, and same guy who played. I'm pretty sure the same guy who played Johnny in the original Karate Kid movies plays Johnny in Cobra Kai, and yeah, so yeah, but Mr. Miyagi is not in it because obviously, as you know, Mr. Miyagi in the show, I guess they had where Mr. Miyagi passed away because the guy who played Mr. Miyagi, Pat, his first name was Pat. No, I forgot his full name. It was Pat something. What was it? It was Pat some. I can't remember, but I know I think his name was Pat. But he died like he's been dead for like 20 years. So I guess that's why he's been dead for like 20 years. I think so. Yeah, he's been dead for like 20 years. Like he died in like I think like 2003. So like 2003 or 2004, I think it was when he died. Something like that. I think it was something like that. It was something like that. I was like somewhere around that time. But yeah. Somewhere around that time. You know, and yeah, somewhere around that time. And yeah, so I guess obviously since the actor died, unless they got like a new actor, I guess they had to have where he died. I guess it was best that they did that because if they got like a new actor and pretend that Mr. Miyagi never died, he would be pretty old by now. First of all, he would be maybe like he wasn't that old. He died like he wasn't like that old when he died. He might have like he might have been in his 60s. He wasn't terribly old actually. I don't think. So I think like I don't know. He would be like at least 90 if he was still alive, but he wouldn't. Wouldn't be like over 100. I don't think he maybe was. I don't know. But no, I think it's best that they did it that way. It's best that they did it that way where they had it, where they had it where they had it where he died because obviously he died in real life. After died in real life, they had it where he died in the show too. And so I like how they did that way, even though it's sad he died. But he died in real life. They didn't feel all right. So they just had to have it. Where he died, and where he died in the show too. He died too. So they just said, he died in like a few years ago. Kite, stop. Kite, come on. But yeah. But I like the whole series, like the whole idea. I don't know who idea was to bring it back. And maybe the director of the Karate Kid movies was, but it was a really good idea. Bring it back. I like seeing the show, seeing all of them. After all these years, seeing them bring back. Daniel Larusso. I like it. It's the Karate Kid movie is definitely some of the best movies. I like a lot of the karate movies. I like a lot of those the karate movies. Pretty cool. So yeah, I like those Karate Kid. The first Karate Kid is definitely the best one. The second one is pretty good too. Second one I like too. The third one's alright. It's not bad. The third one, but it's not good. The second one's good. I like the second one, and then the first one's the best one. Definitely the best out of the three. And yeah, I think there was three. I don't know. But yeah, and then the Cobra Kai series, Cobra Kai is really good. I just like how they did that. Brought after all these. I like how they did that. Empty bottle. I think I drank this whole bottle. Because I got this water. Like literally right before I started the stream. I went upstairs and got the water and came back down here and started the stream. So I just drank this whole water. I mean, we've been streaming for like an hour and a half. So I guess we've been streaming for an hour and a half. So I guess I guess I guess it's been a bit. I started streaming like an hour and a half ago. We've been streaming for an hour and a half. So yeah, so yeah, so I drank most of my water because most of the time while talking, while talking gets my mouth in a little dry. So that's why I saw I got the water because I know I was gonna need it. During the stream I was gonna need the water because while talking a lot of times it makes my my throat dry. It makes my throat scratchy. So I got the water. Because feeling a little thirsty and I know I was gonna need a mouth dry and foot a little scratchy. Talking a lot. So I know it's definitely good. So yeah, because like I didn't want to have to like get up and like go upstairs and get a water in the middle of the streams outside. Why not do it get it beforehand, that way I'm prepared. And yeah, yeah. So yeah, what else to talk about? I could end the stream. I was thinking about ending the stream, but I sort of want to go on a little bit longer because I don't know. It's been a good stream. I mean, it's only one like. I would like to get the likes up a little bit, but I don't know. I don't feel like stopping like right second. I was gonna. My original plan was to have the stream at least be an hour long. That was like the original plan. I want to have it like at least be an hour long. Now it's hour. We're at an hour and 36 minutes. I think I'm gonna have this go on. Um, I think I'm gonna keep go on for. I'm think I'm gonna go on. I think I'm gonna go on until the 2 hour mark. I think is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I'm gonna go on, for another half hour, another 40, another 20, I guess 20 some minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna go, or maybe longer, but I'm gonna try. I was gonna be an hour mark. Now I'm gonna try to go to the 2 hour mark, maybe even longer. When I get to the 2 hour mark, and I feel like I want to go on longer, maybe even longer. Who knows? But no, but yeah, want to go on for at least 2 hour mark. The original plan was going for an hour mark, but now I want to try to go on until 2 hours, and then once we get to 2 hours, I'll think about maybe I'll just keep going. Who knows? But yeah, I feel like streaming. I feel like streaming for long night. It's been a good. I mean, it hasn't been the best stream. Only one like, but I don't know. I just feel like going on longer. I don't feel like stopping. I feel like going on longer. I guess. I don't really got nothing to do. I don't. It's late. I don't got nothing to do. Might as well talk to you guys. And yeah, let's try to get those numbers up. Try to get to like once again, I really appreciate if you drop the like on the stream. And yeah, I would really appreciate that if you drop the like on the stream. Yeah. So yeah, Cobra Kai. I'm really looking forward to that. It's gonna be season 6 Cobra Kai. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, so yeah, and another thing that comes out, a movie actually that comes out in theater like around the same time. I think comes out the 23rd. The new Deadpool movie, Deadpool and Wolverine, which is the third Deadpool movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. It comes out. I think I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it comes out the 23rd. I'm pretty sure it comes out the 23rd. The new Deadpool movie. I'm pretty sure it comes out the 23rd. And yeah, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good movie. I do definitely want to try to go see it. So yeah, I do want to try to go see it in the theater. And yeah. So yeah, I want to try, go see it in the theater, and yeah, because it's gonna be good. The Deadpool movies, I went because that's like another thing. Like before I watched the Beverly Hills Cop movies, I haven't seen before this new Beverly Hills Cop movie came out. I haven't seen all the other ones, so I went back and watched all the other ones before seeing this one. But that's the same that I did with Deadpool, because the new Deadpool movie is coming out. And so, like recently, like a few weeks ago, I went back and I watched the first 2 Deadpool movies because I have never before 2 weeks ago. Before I watched them. I watched them for the first time. A couple weeks ago. I think it was like a couple weeks ago, and before that, I haven't watched any of the Deadpool movies. I haven't watched them, so I decided to watch them, and I sort of like. I don't know why I haven't watched them. Well, first of all, when they first came out, the first one came out in 2016. I was probably a little too young to watch rated R movies at that time, because in 2016 I would have been 9. I would have been around 9. I mean, I did start. To be honest, I did start and I did start. I did. I like need more water now. I did start watching rated R movies when I was pretty young. I did start watching rated R movies when I was pretty young. I was probably a little too young than I should have been. I was probably, when I started watching rated R movies, I probably was probably way too young that I should have been. But I wasn't that young. I didn't start watching rated R movies until I don't know, until I watched radar movies a little young. The first radar movie I watched, I think I was like 11, which is still young. I was like 11. It was still young, but still might have been a little young to watch a radar movie. But it's crazy that now I'm about to be 17. So it's crazy that now like I'm about to be the age, because the age to watch radar movies technically 17 or 18. Well, you would think it would be 18, but I think no, it says like, and right now it said like under I'm sure 18. So yeah, I think technically it's 17. That's no, it would, you think it'll be 18, but no, like under radar we say like radar, and I'm sure it's 17 plus. So technically it's 17. So it's pretty crazy that like in only a few weeks I'm gonna be like the age to watch radar. I mean, I've obviously been watching radar movies for a while now, but there's probably some people out there like if your first time watching radar movies is the age that you're supposed to be, like if you're 17, if you're 17 and you watched if the first if the first time you're watching a rated R movie is when you're 17, if your first time watching a rated R movie is when you're 17, that's like really like your first time watching a rated R movie is 17. You like that's like your parents must be a little strict if that's the case. Me, I was watching rated R movies when I was fucking 11, which is probably way too young, but that's why I turned out the way I am, because that's what happens, I guess, when you start watching movies like that too young. I probably also started watching YouTube when I was too young. I was watching some like inappropriate like YouTubers, like not like that inappropriate, but like I was like at maybe like 6 or 7. I learned most of my cuss words from. Well, I learned most of my cuss words from my parents. I learned some cuss words from my parents, and most of the cuss words I learned were either from my parents. Everybody, was around. The parents, cursing from them when they were. So it was either from my parents or from YouTube videos when I was younger. Because that's so I learned. I think I learned fuck and shit. I learned fuck and shit from. Originally, I learned the words fuck and shit from watching YouTube videos, and then like I also like my parents also cussed around me when I was younger too. So that's like I guess when I learned some other words too. But those, and then bitch, that's another bitch from the YouTube. There's on YouTube, and then like after that, then I started hearing my parents cuss around me more. But that wasn't until like after. I think when I was like really young, they were good about it. But then when I got like to like 6 or 7, that's like when they started cussing. But yeah, so also that, and then YouTube, you're like those son of a bitch. I learned I think it was son of a bitch. I learned from YouTube. So yeah, that's what happens. When you get your kids. When you have kids watching, because when I was 5 or 6, I was watching YouTube. On the iPad, I was watching YouTube. On my iPad. And yeah, some of course, mostly when I was that age, I was just watching like gaming videos, like gaming YouTubers. Like most of the gaming YouTubers I watched were like family friendly, like most of them. But there was this one, this one gaming YouTube channel called they're called Awesome Video Games. Awesome Video Games, or Video Games. I think it's Awesome Video Games. They're called on YouTube. I remember like I stumbled across them, and like they like they like cursed a little bit. They're like they play like Mario. They play all different games. They play like Mario games, and also play like GTA. They play like all different games, but they also play like family friendly games like Mario and Zelda and stuff like that. But they curse in the video. So that's like where I learned. That was like the first time I heard some cuss words from them, but it all happens then. But yeah. But yeah, so that was them. That was like early age, and I remember like one time I said like that. I said fuck. I said fuck. Like when I was around my dad and he got pretty mad. But yeah. Like I mean, like it's I don't know. Like some when I was like really young, like after like I hear like people curse in front of me, and then from YouTube videos, like I would say the words, like I might not know what the words meant, and I would say the words, not know what they mean, because when I was young, I might say, ah, come on, cats like jump, do looking like being no, like she's like rub against me, stuff. My cat, she's like. She just like jumped, like try, like jumped like halfway up, and then like rubbed her head against me, and then like got. But but yeah, it's but yeah, um, you know, Kai, come on, stop. Uh, um, but yeah, you know, um, it happens. I'm pretty sure all you guys out there probably mostly heard your parents cuss in front of you. If it would be a lie. Like if any of you guys like say like, oh, my parents have never cussed in front of me before when I was younger. You're fucking lying. Like you're lying. Like anybody who says that is fucking lying. Because I know for a fact that's not true. The parents are definitely cussing in front of them. The parents are definitely cussing from this is old. Hold on, drink. I need to get a new water because I finished my water over here, and then there's like some old water from like before over here. I like took a sip because I'm thirsty, but um, but yeah, I should probably, but I don't want to drink that old water, so I'm gonna go get a new one. Be right back. Be right back. I'm gonna mute the stream just so like stuff in the background you don't get hear stuff or I don't know, but see you in just a minute. All right, I'm back. Back with my water and some more H2O. And I got some cheeses. Some extra crunchy, extra crunchy cheese. It's right here. And the extra crunchy. They're pretty good. I got some little hungry. Well, all this talking, gets me hungry. You know, gets me hungry. All this talking. It is good. There are definitely pretty crunchy. They are definitely pretty crunchy. They also have extra cheesy powder on them because they're sort of like the extra. Because I know they also had like an extra cheesy flavor. This is basically like that. It's the same powder, but it's just like crunchier. Yeah, pretty good. They're pretty good though. Pretty good. I guess I give them I do a little review for you guys, a little review in the stream. I give these about 8.5 out of 10. Really good. Are they better than the regular Cheez-Its? They might be actually. They might actually be better than the regular cheese. I don't know. Regular, you can never go wrong with regular cheese. Cheese, I love cheese, classic snack. But these might just be better actually. I remember one time, when I was younger, I was in school, a few years ago. I might have been in 6th, 7th grade, or I might have been younger. I don't know, but um, so it was the teacher would sometimes I don't um um I know that's 6th, 7th grade. It's low. It wasn't okay. It wasn't school. It was it was this. It was this program. I was in this program for school. And it was it was in school. It was in this program, going the way program I went to because I was that and stuff. But I don't know what I'm saying. This little person. But either way, we're in school. I didn't even have to say it was in program because we're in school. I'm saying because sometimes they did things at school. Just 6th, 7th grade students are a little too old for snack time, but sometimes teachers would do extra stuff. It wasn't a science thing. She just did it, to be nice. She had snacks. They had a school store on snacks. Get snacks and stuff with snacks and stuff from the points that we have. And so sometimes she would in the day she would let's have at 11 or 10:30 or whatever, she would have snack time. She used to let us have snack. And at one point I remember, or she was snack, but I remember one point she had one day. I remember she had Cheez-Its. She had Cheez-Its for snack time. She had Cheez-Its. And then, I personally love Cheez-Its. I really like Cheez-Its. But there's this one guy, he was he was a little mad about it. He said, oh, I don't like Cheez-Its. And the teacher was like, well, too bad. But yeah, but yeah, he said he didn't like cheese. I was like, get the fuck out of here. You don't like cheese. It's who doesn't like cheese? Apparently him, but this guy I don't even like. He was an asshole. But I was just shut. I was just basically just shut your fucking mouth. You don't like cheese. It's who doesn't like cheese? It's honest. I guess him, but I don't know. But it's stupid. Some people, just picky. People are too picky. Constantly find stuff to complain about. Well, I mean, obviously, maybe it's not as good as some other snacks like hot Cheetos or Doritos or Takis, but they're pretty good. I personally grew up on cheese. I grew up eating Cheez-Its, so I don't know. No, I do like them. But yeah, some people is weird. People would. But I didn't even like him. Like, I didn't even like this guy. He was like an asshole. He was an asshole. Nobody really liked him. He would like bully me a little bit. This was like back when I was younger. Now I don't really let people bully me much. Now I do some. You know, I'm a man. You know, but back then I was younger. Like I let people. I guess I let people bully me back then. I let people get to me. Now somebody that tries to fuck with me, like I don't. Kids doesn't really get to me. But that was back in the day. So he would like fuck with me and just I fucking hated him. There was a couple times where I whooped his ass. A couple times I did stick up for myself and I whooped his ass. A couple times and I whooped his ass. Some stuff he did was fucking weird. But no, a couple times I did whoop his ass. And then you would think after that he would learn his lesson, but no, he didn't. Like you would think after that, I was like, all right, you know, he ain't gonna fuck with me anymore. He learned his lesson. But some people just don't learn a lesson because after that, you know, he still continued to do what the fuck he did. You know, so some people just don't learn their lesson. Like bro, like you didn't learn your lesson like the first time. Then I think I like whooped his ass again. But I think like at one time, like he tried to start shit with me, and then like he did. Oh, I remember what it was now. He was like this was in this like this is this was out this like going away program out. Well, yes, this was at this going away program where this guy I got napkin paper towel. But so he was like starting shit with me. I was just it was a Friday night, like you know, I was chilling, like watching TV or something, and like he started to start shit with me, and like apparently like we had like individual we had to like share a bathroom. That was one thing, we share a bathroom. Like a few different people, everybody had like assigned bathrooms, and this guy, like this there'll be like 4 people in like each bathroom, like 3 people in each bathroom, and so yeah, but and so he happened to be in the same bathroom as me, which sucked. So then, so I think like I took a shit like maybe like an hour before, like I took shit like maybe an hour before that, but then after like I got out of the bathroom, somebody else went in, and then he went in like after them, and then like he like immediately like went like to me and said he immediately like blamed on me, even though there's another person that went after me. He immediately came to me because he just wanted to fuck with me. There's apparently like shit on the toilet seat. I know it's a little gross. A little gross talking about what I'm eating. I don't really get gross. Sometimes I get grossed out about, but this is a little gross what I mean. But whatever. I don't care. But so there's like shit on the toilet seat. And he was like, "Yo, Liam, come, clean that shit up." And there's shit on the toilet seat, clean. I was like, "It's not me. It's not." Man, like I remember, like, because it could have been me, but after I took a shit, like I make sure I don't leave shit. Like if I accidentally get shit on the seat, I wipe it off and I clean it off. I'm not a gross person. Like I flush toilet, I clean it off, and so he was like clean this shit off, and I was like why don't you just do it? And then I was like arguing. I was like, I'm not doing it. Like, But then eventually I was just like, all right, I'll do it. So you stop fucking acting like a bitch. Actually, no, my exact words were, all right, because this other stuff was like, just do it, just do it, skim the shut. I was like, all right, I'll do it, so he stops fucking whining like a dyke, and then he was like, oh, you want to call me a dyke? I'll smack the shit out you. And I was like, you ain't gonna do nothing. So I went to the bathroom to because he was like standing like by the door. We was standing like right outside the door. So I like went into the bathroom, like, yeah, you ain't gonna do nothing. And while I was walking into the bathroom, he smacked me in the back of my head. No one saw it, so no one saw it. No one saw it. No one saw it. He smacked me in the back of my head. Nobody saw it. And then like I was holding this it's like wet paper towels, like wet like the wet wet wipes or something. Like I was holding like a wet wipe, and I like smacked him in the face when then like came back, and then I like punched him in the face, and then like before any punches were thrown, they like broke it up too quick. I was about to fuck him up, but then like they broke up too quick. So there was no like punches like really thrown. There was about to be, but they broke it up too quickly. So I didn't get the chance. But this was like towards the end of me getting out of there. I was there for about 10 months. Pretty much all 2021, almost all 2021 I spent there. So I was like on my home passes. This is like when I was like only a month. This is when I was only like a month away from getting out of there. So yeah, so from that, because they thought at first that I hit him first because they did not see me. Nobody saw me. Nobody saw him hit me, in the back of my head. Nobody saw me, so nobody saw him do that. People saw what I did. People saw when I hit him, and he hit me back. So like when I said, oh, he hit me first, and it was like, no, he didn't hit you until after you hit him. I was like, nah, that's not what happened. I kept trying to tell them. They weren't fucking, they didn't fucking believe me. Then originally, like I had my home pass the next day because like a month before you're supposed to get out of there, they put you on the home passes. So like every Friday or Saturday, I think that time I was leaving like Saturday morning. Thursday you can leave Friday morning or Saturday morning. That time I guess I was leaving Saturday morning. And because of that incident, I almost wasn't able to go home. I almost wasn't able to go home on my home pass. But then like at the last second, I didn't even notice it. They didn't even tell me until like next day. Because the next day, they didn't even tell me. I didn't even know until after. Then the next day, like I still saw, my dad's, coming. I was like, what's taking him so long? I was like, it's past this time. Usually, here now, like, where is he? And then they'll aggravate. So then, apparently, like I found out later, what happened was this guy, the supervisor of the assistant supervisor of the college, the ASU, he was like at the front, and when my dad showed up, he said, Liam gone to, incident, so he isn't able to go with you, and so yeah, and I didn't know them also, so but basically, like as like only like a few minutes after my dad left, I didn't even know he told my dad to leave. He came in the car and he was like, "Hey, call your dad and see where he's at." And I called my dad and I was like, "Hey, where are you?" And then he was like, "Oh, I don't want to say I don't want to say the A-Soup's name, but he's like, oh, someone, I guess we'll call him Steve. We'll call him Steve. Just I don't want to say his real name. So they were like, oh, you didn't let, Steve, you didn't. No, I don't want to call him. No, I'll just say, he said, oh, you didn't. He didn't tell you. He's, and then he was like, and then he was like, let me have the phone. Let me. So I gave the phone to him. He was like, hey, Mr. McHale, Liam, I was wrong because Liam, did defend himself, so he could go. I thought he didn't, but then looked at the camera and he did. So if you're not too far, you can come back around. So apparently, what happened was after he told my dad to leave, I don't know. I guess he had this gut feeling. I guess he had this like gut feeling that maybe like I was telling the truth, which I was, but after he told my dad to leave, I guess he had this like gut feeling that hold on. I guess he had this gut. I guess he had like a gut feeling that like maybe I was telling the truth, and maybe he I was telling the truth. So he went and looked at the cameras. He went and looked at the cameras, and he saw on camera footage that I defended myself. He saw on the footage that I defended myself. And then after that, that's when he came in. And so then after he got off the phone, he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, Liam, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not believing you. And so yeah, that was good. It's like he apologized because because he didn't believe me. And then like he told me what happened. Like what happened? I was like, yeah, I told your dad no originally when I thought like you hit in front of me. I looked at the cameras. I realized you did defend yourself. And this guy like he knows. Well, most of the time like I wasn't the person to start shit with. Most of the time like he would start shit with me, and then I you know I guess react do shit back some you know you know um so yeah so originally they thought like he hit me first, and I no originally they thought he did hit me first and I hit him back, but originally they thought that I hit him first and then he hit me back. It did not happen, but he saw by the camera that I was telling the truth, and then that's when he commented. And so I was like, oh thank God, because then I realized afterwards like I would have been so mad. Like if I didn't get to go home that day, oh yeah, I would have been like so goddamn mad. But like I was really looking forward to going home, for the weekend. It was like every week up until I went home, I was really looking forward to going home for the weekend. Really looking forward to going home. Seeing my family, stuff like that. So I was so yeah, so I would have been so mad. Like I was like God, I would have been so mad. Uh, if it came down to that, I would have been so mad. But luckily, it didn't come down to that. Luckily, I was able to go home today, so it worked out. Everything worked out. And if he would have, if the assistant supervisor of the college never would have checked the cameras, he would have never known the truth, and I would have never known to go home. So um, shout, he was a good, he was a good guy. He was a good guy. I don't want to say his name for personal reasons, but he was like a good guy. Like he wasn't like a guy that would just like did it for the money. He was like a good, like a good assistant supervisor. And like if shit like if shit like happened like between people, like he would like handle it. Like he would like he wasn't like he was a good like person. He was a good worker. He didn't just do shit for the money. He will go working. Sometimes he would be a little grumpy, to be honest, because he would like work a lot. He would be there like a lot. So sometimes he would be a little grumpy, but he was good. He was good, a good staff, good worker, a good person. Like some shit was going on between two people if they were playing two kids were beefing. He would squash that shit. He would handle it. Tristan be like why I gotta leave him. Yeah, so good guy, good guys. And so I was like, oh, like that was, I was so happy. Like I was like, go home. And then I realized I was like thinking afterwards, damn, like if I would go home, I would have been so mad. Like I would have raised hell, but I would have just been so mad. I would have been like so mad, so depressed. But luckily, everything worked out. And all worked out. And now I'm only like a few weeks after, because actually no, like a month after now. Or no, I think that was a few weeks after. Because originally, like I was supposed to leave at a certain date, but then I had to like stay there for an extra month, not because I was bad or anything. Some people have to stay there like, a little while longer, like they get their date pushed back because they were bad. But me, it was like it wasn't that. Like I was doing good. I was supposed to go home like when I was supposed to. But I only found out that I had to stay there an extra month, like only like literally only 3 days before I was supposed to go home. I figured that, and then I had to stay like a month. A little longer. Stay like a month, 1 month longer. I stayed like a little longer. I'd stay there a little longer, and but yeah, it all worked out. So I was pretty disappointed. I was like fucking depressed. But I think this I think that was after. I think this was like actually like a few weeks before I was like home. This was like But I was pissed, but it was something that we were supposed to, because it was something that we were supposed to do. Like a part of the treatment was for me to go home. We were supposed to do like I'm supposed to have like a therapist or like a social worker come to the house like on my home passes, and we didn't, because I mean I forgot why, like something happened where like she couldn't, like this one week, the one of the weeks, like like she was sick or she couldn't do it, and then another week, that one week where that happened, my mom canceled it. That one week where I said like originally, because I guess after um after the assistant supervisor told my dad I wasn't able to go home, after he told him I wasn't after he told him I wasn't able to go home. My dad, like originally, like when he thought I wasn't able to go home, he he um he called my mom. He called my mom, and then so yeah, he called. He called. Sorry, I was thinking about that. He called my mom. My dad called my mom, and then told her I wasn't supposed to do it. I'm not. I would go home this week, and then immediately, I don't know why, like immediately, she canceled. She called the woman and said, "Oh, it canceled." I don't know why. Like, I don't know. But I don't know. But yeah, but that was part of the treatment. Like having to do that, and yeah. Oh, drop the cheese. But yeah, that was that. And I guess after I was able to go home. I guess I was already too late. My mom, I guess I don't know. She couldn't call her back. I guess she could have called, because it was for like a certain time. She's supposed to come over like an hour like after, like I got home like that day. But yeah, so like she couldn't call it, or she like it was too late. She couldn't call back and reschedule for that day. So yes, that was that. And then oh no, no, that wasn't after, because no, that was like the week before. No, that was like that was like the week before, like I found that I wasn't supposed to go home. No, that was that at the time I thought I was about to go home in a week, but then as I said, only 3 days before they said so. But no, I only had to stay there like an extra month, and then I actually wound up discharging. It's called discharging on a home pass, because a couple of my family members had COVID, or my mom, or they had COVID. So like my mom and my sister, they had COVID. So so they basically, like I didn't know until I got home. My mom told me, and by that time, like I didn't have anywhere else to go. So like I had to go. They're like, where else? I guess I could have went to like my dad's house. Like, it was, but I don't know. He didn't. I don't know. I just by that time, like I just I don't know. But it all worked out, because then we called them. We just explained the situation. Said, hey, I might have COVID, or actually at the time she didn't know, but she thought she might have. She was like, she said, I have COVID. I have family. I have COVID in my house, and they said, yeah, so they said, oh, what should we, should you just discharge him now? I just want to call you, so you didn't think you went AWOL, because if I didn't come back, by the time I was supposed to, they would consider it AWOL. So yeah, so they called and said, said the situation. Then the supervisor said, I already, approved, for him to be discharged, so we can just go ahead and discharge him now, since I already, approved for him to be discharged. So that was good. I was going home in like only like a few days anyway. So only I think like that Friday, like I was technically discharged on the home pass. So like it was supposed to be like that Friday, the Friday after that, like the next Friday after that. So So yes, it worked out when I discharged. It would have been best to discharge while I was there, because then like they just like sent the stuff to me. It would have been best to like pack my own stuff, because then they basically just like packed it up for me. They packed up all my stuff for me, and it also would have been good to say goodbye to everybody. That's another thing, because I didn't get to say goodbye because I thought I was coming back Sunday, but and it also would have been good to pack on my own, leave on my own, say bye to everybody, and do it like that. Pack on my own, because some of the stuff like was missing. Some of my stuff was missing. Also, like somebody might have stole some, or like they forgot to pack. But no, but it worked out though. It worked out. Because I discharged, and so I was just happy. Like I was home, I was free. I was so happy. Like I was free. Like no, I was free. I was so happy. That I was free, and like I was happy. I was free. Finally gone. And there were some good and bad memories I had there. Like it wasn't all bad memories. There were some good memories that I had. There wasn't all bad memories. There were some bad memories. There's some days like I was depressed because I was depressed about being there. I didn't want to be there. But then, other days, I'll be happy. I did have some good memories because a few times we had like, we did have, there was some good times there. We did have some good times. There was, some fun. We did, there was some, good memories I had there. So yeah. So a good and bad memory. So I don't totally regret it. So it did a lot of good for me. If I didn't go there, if I didn't go there, it got me along like a straight and narrow path. And basically the reason why I went there in the first place is because I wasn't going to school. I was refusing to go to school. That's obvious, and that's obviously a problem. So I missed like a lot of school, and so they sent me there. Oh yeah, and sort of got me on a straight and narrow path, and also like gave me some like street smarts, like I speed around, because like a lot of people, some of like the people that were there, some of the people that I became friends, and some of like a lot of the people that are in the cottage that was in the cottage with, like some of the people were there for like criminal stuff. Most of the people that were, not all the people, but a good amount of people that were there for like some of the people there were there for like serious crimes like robbery, gun charge. Some might have even been, I don't think there was anybody that was in there for murder. No, I doubt there's anybody that was there for murder. There might have been some people that were there for attempted murder. There might have been a few people that were there for attempted murder, but I don't think there's anybody that was like actually there for murder, though. I doubt. I don't think there was. No. I know there's also like there might have been attempted murder, and there's also people that were there for like they were like sex offenders, people that were sex offenders there for like like a rape or like sexual assault. Well, rape is sexual assault. So not exactly, but I mean rape could be sexual assault, but also just smacking somebody on the ass. But it could be sexual. Also, just like smacking somebody on the ass could be sexual assault too. But rape is a form of sexual assault, but sexual assault isn't always rape. Rape is strictly having sex with somebody without their consent. But but yeah, rape could be sexual assault. Yeah, but yeah, there's people that were there for that. There's people that were there for there's sex offenders there for sexual assault, stuff like that. There's people that were there for all types of crimes. But I was wasn't there for a crime. I was there. Technically, I was there, and then there's other people. Most of the people that were court ordered were the people that were there for crimes. The court ordered them to be there because they committed crime. They came from a JDC, juvie, or whatever you call it, whatever the hell you call it, and yeah. So yeah. Yeah, most people, you know, but and then the other people that were there for just like being bad. Some people were family or not. Like the people that were family or like nobody really paid for it. Like it was like a privately funded, so the state paid for it. But there's people that were court ordered, and then there's people that were family ordered. The people that were family ordered was their family sent them there. It wasn't particularly that they paid for it. It wasn't particularly that their families were paying for it, but it was just that their families worked something out with the court, sent them there. But I was technically court ordered. Like people didn't believe when I said like I'm court ordered. They're like, no, you're family ordered. What do are you here for? And I'll be like, no, I'm actually court ordered. And they're like, no, well, what are you here for? Are you here for a murder trial? I'll be like, no, you here for were you caught with a gun? Were you here? And I was like, no, I missed school because when you miss school, you and your parents can get in a lot of trouble, and that's what happened to me. And so the court, said, oh, he got to go to Bonnie Bray. So yeah, it was, but it wasn't. I guess it wasn't what most people are quartered for. As I said, most people when they're quartered for like drugs or like robbery or some type of crime, like assault with a deadly weapon. Some people. There's a couple of people that were there for like really like bad crimes. A couple people that were there told me that they were on probation for like years. And so this one guy, he said he was on probation. At the time, it was like 2021 I was there. So I remember the guy said he was on probation until 2024. And if he was correct, that's 3 years from that time. But it's 2024. And I realized that not too long ago. It's 2024 now. So the guy's, off probation now. So, shout out to you. Shout out to you, man. I don't want to say his name. Or out, shout, yeah, I want to say his name. Shout out to you, the guy. Shout, no, out, I don't know. Shout, I'll say it. Shout out to you, Altamir, Altamir, because nobody can find his personal information from me saying his name. If you happen to be watching this, which probably not, I'm happy for you. As long as you didn't get in any other trouble. If you're off probation, I'm happy for you. Happy for you. You're off probation now. Which, yeah. Unless he got caught, like he committed some other crime and like he's back. Hopefully that's not. Apparently, like a couple people. Apparently, like not too long after he got out of there, a couple staff told me that he was posting pictures on his Instagram with his gun. He's taking pictures like with his gun. So hopefully he wasn't back into straight life. He might have been. I don't know. Hopefully he wasn't back. Well, the thing is, sometimes it's hard to like get out of the street life. Sometimes when you're in a gang, sometimes it's hard to get out of it. So, but hopefully he wasn't doing anything dumb. I mean, this was dumb. But I don't know. Hopefully, he hasn't gotten trouble. Out to me, wherever you are out there, I hope you're doing good. I hope, not doing anything dumb. And, yeah. There's a lot of these people, like I've been trying to, like Google the names. I've been trying to, like, I haven't been able to get in touch with anybody. Like, a couple of people, a couple of my friends there, I've been trying to, like, look up their names, try to, find their social media. And, none of them, literally nobody, I wasn't able to find anybody. I wasn't able to find anybody. I was able to find some of the able to find some of the like some of the staff or some of the staff's social media. But I wasn't able to find like any of my friends, I guess the residents, because technically they're residents. So I wasn't able to find like any of my friends that were there, my friends that I had there. I wasn't able to find any of their social media. Back. Sorry. Oh. I wasn't able to find any of their social media. I will find anybody. Fucking back. Sitting all long. I wanted to see if I can keep this going for 3 hours because It's been like over 2 hours. I said I was gonna end this at the 2 hour mark, but I want to see if I can keep this going for 3 hours. When make this a long stream. I'm talking, chatting. So yeah, I want to see if I can keep this going for another hour, or another half hour, another. Yeah. The point is, I want to keep this going longer. I want to keep this going longer. Oh, fucking bat. Fucking back hurts like a bitch. So, yeah, sorry, I had to get up and stretch for a second. I had to stretch for a second. See, that was that. Because you're wondering what I was doing now. I was just stretching. I had to get up and stretch for a second because I don't know. It's had, but no, I'm good now. So sitting down for too long isn't that good. So I had to get up and stretch. I mean, I walked away from the camera so you guys couldn't see me because I didn't want to stretch in front of you guys. So I walked. So that's why I walked away from the camera. Is the audio good? Let's check. Because I know it was muted. I unmuted it. I'm pretty sure it's good. And so he happened to be in the same bathroom as me. Okay, it's fine. It's good. I think it's good. But yeah, I'm glad it's been like 3 years since I got out of there. It's been like 3 years since I got out of there, and so I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. That I was able to get a place in there, straighten me out. So how did I even get on talking about people? Oh, because I got like a lot of street smarts. Like, also from being there, I sort of like got like a lot more tougher. Got like a lot more braver. Like they basically, I sort of learned like while I was there, and also learned like growing up a little bit. I learned, because as I was there, like as like times go by, like staff were saying, don't let stop letting people get to you, and then like over time, I sort of learned to stop letting people get to me. I learned, as I was there over time, to stick up for myself. Because at first, when people were bullying me, I wouldn't really stick up for myself. I wouldn't really do anything. But then, as time went by, I started sticking up for myself. And yeah, because I don't know, bro. I became more mature. I became more mature. A better person. More mature. And yeah, I had a good. I mean, there were some bad days at Body Bread, but there was also some good days. It wasn't totally bad. One thing about Body Bread, the food was. It was pretty. It wasn't that. It was all right. It wasn't that bad. There was a few things that weren't bad, but it wasn't like it wasn't anything missed. Like it wasn't like anything to brag about. Like I don't like miss the food. Like I would never miss the food. Like some people were fucking with me. Like when I was like about to leave, and people found out like I was about to leave. They were like, oh, you're probably gonna miss the food when you leave. Like some people were just fucking with me. Like the people, like they didn't particularly like the food themselves. They knew it was bad. They were just fucking with me, saying, oh, you're probably gonna miss the food when you leave. But they're just fucking with me. But obviously I don't. The food was pretty bad. There's a couple things that was all right. Like the chicken tenders wasn't bad. Chicken tenders wasn't bad. And you're dipping like some sauce in some like barbecue or some like honey mustard. But that and the cheesesteaks weren't too bad. There's the buffalo bites. There's like they had like boneless wings that they call buffalo bites. Yeah, basically like buffalo, basically boneless buffalo wings, basically, or what they were. And yeah, so that's basically what they were. Boneless they're basically boneless buffalo wings. That's basically what they were. Yeah, that's basically what they were. But yeah, those weren't bad. Those were pretty good. I like those. And yeah, cheese stick at a 7, and the grilled cheese. The grilled cheese wasn't bad. I like the grilled cheese. I like the. They would have like the ham grilled cheese, the ham grilled cheese, the ham and cheese. They would have that the grilled cheese with ham, and then they would have the regular grilled cheese. Usually I would, and then sometimes they would have like a mozzarella grilled cheese or like with different cheese. So yeah, a lot of times I would get the ham grilled cheese, like the ham grilled cheese. That's uh, or sometimes I would get the regular grilled cheese. Sometimes I guess it really depended, but a lot of times I got the ham and cheese grilled cheese, the ham grilled cheese with ham because I like all ham, all protein, you know. And I like that they would have tomato soup with it. So I like to take the grilled cheese, dip it in tomato soup. Pretty good, pretty good. But yeah, so those like few things were like the only good things, they had there. And yeah, and yeah. What else? Yeah, pretty much it. But yeah, so I do miss some things about it. Sometimes like I'm like, man, like I think about like some of the memories, some of the good times that there. I'm like, yeah, I sort of miss them. I would not want to go back there. Like, that's a chapter in my life. That I'm done. Like, it's a chapter in my life that it was a different time, different chapter in my life. After I got out of Bonnie Bray, it's a different chapter in my life. And after I got out of Bonnie Bray, ended that chapter in my life, and started the new one. Started the new one, and I got out of there. So that was a different chapter in my life now. A different one. Start a different chapter in my life started. So yeah, yeah. Um, oh yeah. But sometimes I reminisce on the good times. I miss being there. I miss hanging out. With the guys, hanging out with my friends. It's just I don't know. I like we would have every Friday we would have movie night. We would have a movie night where they would order a pizza. They would order pizza and wings, and we would have some pizza and wings, and we would pick out a movie. We all had to like pick out a movie and like agree on a movie. Um, for all of us to watch. And yeah. Where the fuck is man? Where the fuck is the paper towel? Where did I put it? Just had it. How did I just put it? I'm shitty. I put it in the. All right, if you excuse me, guys, for 1 second, I gotta go throw this out. Wash my hands. So yeah, if you excuse me. All right, we back. I'm back. We back, and I'm gonna keep this going a little longer. I know I've been live streaming for like 2 hours, 40 minutes, almost 3 hours. I want to keep this going for at least the 3 hour mark. I know it's sort of long, like I'm going on for a while, but I don't know. I'm just feeling good tonight, even though we only have one. Like, let's try to get these numbers up. My live stream's been sort of slow. It was slow, but then there's a couple people in a second ago, but it's been going on long. But no, I want to keep this going for a little bit longer, at least till the 3 hour mark. Maybe after I get to the 3 hour mark, if I feel like I want to go on longer, I will. But I said I was only going to go on to the 2 hour mark, but now I feel like going on to the 3 hour mark, and maybe longer if I feel like it. But yeah, once we get to the 3 hour mark, we'll figure out what I want to do. But yeah. But yeah, Saturday night, or technically it's Sunday morning, but it's still Saturday night. I said I was gonna shower. I guess I could still shower after this. Be late, or maybe I'll shower in the morning. Yeah, I could always shower in the morning. That's true. I prefer showering at night, but I prefer showering at night a lot of times because it's more relaxing. But I could shower in the morning too. I could. So yeah, maybe I'll just do that because yeah, I don't like to go without. I try to shower as much as I can. Sometimes I might go like a day without. Sometimes I'm too tired. Sometimes I forget it more. But no, most times I shower every day or every other day. But most recently I've been trying to shower every day. But sometimes like I forget. There's sometimes like I a couple there's been a couple times in the past where I've gone a few days without showering. I've gone like 3-4 days without showering, and I know it's pretty gross. Don't come for me in the comments. It's pretty gross, but a couple times I did. But recently I've been trying to. But recently I've been trying to shower, regularly. But tonight I was gonna, but yeah, maybe I'll shower in the morning. Cause you shower in the morning's fine. I don't know why this is. I know it's a little too personal. That might be a little personal, but fuck it. Fresh, each to Poland strain. This brand we always have, and yeah. Hope you guys having a good night, all you guys. And yeah. What is there to talk about? Just stuff. Man, I mean, I'm talking about a lot of stuff. I'm talking about like a lot of stuff, but how much really is there talking about? There's a lot. I mean, it could be, but yeah, I'm glad but yeah, the bunny. But yeah, I'm glad I'm out of that. The program. Switch hat back. I don't know. I feel like switching the hat back. Regularly now. Had it backwards most stream now. Switching it back frontwards. When I had, backwards for most of the stream now. I feel like having it frontwards now. Why not? Having it regularly now. Why not? Change it up. But yeah. What's up? But yeah. But yeah, I'm having a good night. After this, I'll probably just I'll either watch YouTube or maybe play like some. I was gonna play GTA, man, or do some. Maybe I'll play some video games or do that, or I'll just relax, watch some some YouTube and relax, and then go to bed soon after. Because it's almost 3 in the morning, 3 o'clock, 2:40. It's about to be 3 o'clock, and 3 o'clock in 20 minutes. So we all know what 3 a.m. is. 3 a.m. We all know it's the witching hour. 3 a.m. is the witching hour. We all know. We all know that. We all know. 3 a.m. is the witching hour. We all know that. We all know that. And and yeah, we all know that 3 a.m. is the witching hour. So yeah. I mean that's apparently what's supposed to be. 3 a.m. is supposed to be the witching hour, but I don't know. It's like it might be. It's supposed to be. Allegedly it's supposed to be. The witching hour, but like I have personally haven't had any bad experiences at 3M. I personally haven't had any paranormal experiences at 3M. Let me know. Let me know if you guys have it. I personally haven't had any paranormal experiences at 3 a.m. So I don't know if it's a myth or allegedly, it's supposed to be, the witching hour, the old, why, it's supposed to be, the witching hour, where, all the demons and, stuff come out, and all the demons, come out, all the demons, come out, and, paranormal stuff comes out, But I don't know. I personally haven't had any bad paranormal experiences at 3 a.m. Maybe people that live in like haunted houses do, but I personally, I mean, I don't know. Maybe like if you live in a paranormal house, 'cause I do believe ghosts. I believe in ghosts. I do believe in ghosts. I believe in ghosts, and I believe in like paranormal stuff. I believe in that stuff. I believe in ghosts. I believe in that stuff. So maybe like if you're in an active house, if you're in an active paranormal like house, then maybe like at 3 a.m. like paranormal stuff will happen for them. But me personally, I don't think I live. I mean don't think I live in a paranormal house. There hasn't really been any paranormal things or any like there really hasn't been any paranormal things that happen. I remember at my old house, at my old house that I lived in, for a while, like like my old house that I used to live in. Um, apparently that I had like one like paranormal thing that happened that was like weird. Like I heard like voice. Apparently like it was like I heard like voice. Like I heard like a voice. It might have just been my imagination, but I swear to God, like it was a voice that sounded like a demon. I remember like it was one time, like it was like the middle of the night, I think. I walk in, to my bedroom, and like I just like went to the bathroom, like I just I'm going coming back from using the bathroom, I walk into my bedroom, and I just hear like a sound, it sounds like a demon, that's saying it sounds, I hear some that sounds like a demon, and it said like Leah, like just like that. It's like it sounds like Leah, like just like that sounded like I swear to God, like like and I wasn't like on anything, like I don't do any drugs, I don't do any drugs, so I wasn't hallucinating. So I swear to God, like I heard that, and that was pretty much all I had. But apparently there was a rumor that the original owner died in the house. Apparently, like my next door neighbor said, no, I don't know if it's a rumor. It might not be. I doubt it's a rumor. It's my because apparently my next door neighbor that's lived here. My next door neighbor, apparently my next door neighbor told me, my next door neighbor, who's lived in the house next door to me since the houses were built. The houses were built in like the 80s and the 80s. So yeah. So my next door neighbor who has been there since the house is since the house was built. He said told me he said that the original owner, who I'm pretty sure he knew, I mean he knew because I mean obviously he lived here since houses were first built. He knew the original owner, so he said that the original owner died in the house. So yeah, apparently he said the original owner died in the house. So that could have something to do with it. It wasn't like super paranormal. I sort of missed the house. I had a lot of good memories in the house. That's the house I grew up in. I grew up in the house. I have a lot of good memories there. I miss that house. I honestly do. I mean, I had the paranormal experience I just told you about was like the only one. That was like the only. That was literally the only paranormal experience I had. The only paranormal experience that I recall. That was pretty much the only one I could think of. So yeah, so that was one thing that happened. But like that was like towards the end actually. Like when I was younger, like I didn't. That was just like towards the end. That was like only like a few months before we sold the house. So yeah. But I still missed the house. It might have been haunted. I think I do believe it was haunted. I mean, was there? I'm trying to think. Was there anything else that happened? Um, I don't know. Actually, no. There was one thing that happened at one point. I remember like there was like this all this stuff. At one point, there was like I remember like, it was like I remember at one point it was like a few years before that when I just told you. It was like a little like a year maybe before I went to that Bonnie Bray place I told you about. Um, that I just talked about. Like there's like all this stuff like this like blankets and stuff. We had like all these blankets and stuff on like this chair in the living room, and like all of a sudden it just like fell like out of nowhere. It just like fell off the chair, and it was like random because like all of a sudden it just like happened. It was I don't know if it was the wind. It couldn't have been the wind because it was nighttime and there's no wind. There was no fans on, nothing to knock it over. So I don't know. That could have been a paranormal experience too. I don't know. And that could have been a paranormal experience too. And apparently, like at one point, because a cat, not the cats that I currently have, um, my old cat, um, he, I remember like at one point because they say cats can sense ghosts. Cats can sense ghosts. So I remember at one point like he, him, he would like look at stuff. He would like look at like stuff like under the bed, like look at just like random stuff, like stare into space, like look at just stare into space, look at something, like look under the bed or like look at something, just look like randomly like stare like into space, and he would be like looking at something that wasn't there, like it would look like. And also when we got the cats I have now, we got those cats like a few years before we moved out of the house. And so those cats did the same thing. One of my cats, the cat Kai, that was just up here not that long ago, he did the same thing. Like he did the same thing a couple times, I remember. So like I don't know. So maybe like because they say cats can sense ghosts. So maybe I don't know. Maybe that's he was doing. Maybe like he sensed that there was like a ghost. I don't know, but yeah, the house you know could have been haunted. And also like I remember but I still missed out. I still had a lot of memories in there, regardless if it was haunted or not. It might have been haunted, but regardless if it was haunted or not, I still have a lot of good memories there. I still have a lot of good memories there. So yeah, I don't so yeah. We moved out. I don't want to get into detail on why, but we just did. I guess I don't know. I don't want to get anything too personal, but so yeah, I was keep it as we just we just move. People move. Out of the house. So yeah, I was keep it. Yeah, we just move. We just you know, and yeah, and another paranormal experience that I had. I, Because yeah, I've had a few paranormal experiences, but nothing like super crazy, like the ones I just told you about. So I have had like a few paranormal experiences, but nothing like super crazy, like the stuff like I just told you about. And also another thing that um I remember when I was in LA, when I was in LA a couple years ago, when I was in LA with my dad and my sister. And so I was in LA, and the Airbnb that my dad got the Airbnb because we stayed at Airbnb. Usually we stay at a hotel when we go on vacation, but sometimes for some reason I don't know why my dad wanted to stay at Airbnb. I think because it was cheaper. Like I guess since like it was cheaper, like he felt that we got more. He gets more for his money. Because with Airbnb is cheaper, and like you do in a way get more for your money because you can get like rent a condo for maybe like a couple like a condo that you can maybe rent for like two 300 a night, like that same size condo like that same size condo, like if you got a hotel room, that would be, that same price. I mean, if you got a hotel room that's the same size as the condo, it might be like a fucking $1,000. Like say like you get like a condo, like you rent a condo off Airbnb, and say it's $500. That same size condo, um, the same size as the condo is. If you get a hotel room that's the same size as that condo, it could be a fucking $1,000. And and so I think it was only like 500 a night, but still, I don't even think it was worth that because the building was like very old. It was in Beverly Hills. It was like the area. I mean, Beverly Hills was a nice area. Right where we were was a nice area, but like we walked to like the nice part of Beverly Hills, and we walked down, Rodeo Drive, and we walked around Beverly Hills, and we had a good time. We went to LA, went to Malibu Beach, went to In-N-Out Burger, went to Universal Studios, had a good time. But right, we did go to the good parts. We went to the good parts, of LA. We hiked the Hollywood Signs, another thing we did. And so we did a lot of stuff. But right where we were staying, we went to the part, we walked down Rodeo Drive, and we went to, the good parts in Beverly Hills. But the part, we walked there, but the part, or we drove, or we might have walked it, but the part of Beverly Hills, where we were at, wasn't the nicest area. Like it wasn't the nicest area. The part that we were at, wasn't, the nicest area. You know. So yeah, because like some people like that grow up in Beverly, like if somebody said, oh, I grew up in Beverly Hills, they're like, damn, you grew up in Beverly Hills, you must be rich, you must be rich. And a lot of the time that could be true, but that's not exactly true. Like I used to think the same thing. Then like after that, but it's not exactly true. It is expensive, like obviously, big houses and stuff, up in the hills, but it's not exactly true. Just because you live in Beverly Hills doesn't mean you're rich. Your parents could be financially stable, but doesn't exactly mean, you're rich. You could, just live in like an apartment, a few bedroom apartment or something, but it's in Beverly Hills. This doesn't particularly mean that you're rich, just because you live in Beverly Hills. So, yeah. So you would think, because Beverly Hills saying, oh, I grew up in Beverly Hills. When you tell somebody, I grew up in Beverly Hills, or I live, or, just say I live in Beverly Hills, they might think, damn, you live in Beverly Hills, you must be rich. But it doesn't, just because you live in Beverly Hills doesn't particularly mean you're rich. It could definitely mean, you're rich, grew up in a mansion, but it doesn't particularly mean that. So, yeah. So that's, that's that. And, yeah. That's that. So yeah, but that part like wasn't a nice area. I think the condos probably, it was like in like a artsy area. It wasn't like in like the hood, sort of. No, there was like a part. No, it wasn't. I don't know. It was in sort of like a artsy area, like in Hollywood, like in Beverly Hills. There's like a artsy area. So we were in like the artsy area of Beverly Hills, like a little bit. So which isn't really the nicest area. And so yeah, so like where are we? So the building was like old. It was like falling apart. The elevator like was like looked really old. Like I didn't trust it. I thought like the elevator was gonna fucking collapse every time we went up it. I didn't trust the elevator, and it didn't seem like people took care of the building, because also there was like a pool up top, like up on the roof, but it looked dirty. The pool looked dirty. I didn't swim in the pool. I was gonna, swim in the pool. Like I wanted to swim in the pool, but then like every time I went up there, it looked dirty. Originally the plan was to swim in the pool, but then after I saw the pool there, I was like, oh hell no, I'm not swimming that dirty ass pool. So I brought my bathing suit. I would have swam in the pool, but it was dirty, and also the room and stuff. Like I think that it had to be haunted. The room like was haunted. It might have been. It looked weird. Like the vibes, something about like I didn't have any personal paranormal, like really bad. I didn't have like any like major paranormal experiences like in the room. but but um but it was um it was like it was, like the person that lived there, the woman that lived there, I really think that she was into like, she had to be into like she had to be a Satanist. She had to be like into like fucking satanic stuff. Cause it definitely seemed like, she was a Satanist. And unfortunately, there's a lot of Satanists, and apparently in that area, it's an artsy, area of Beverly Hills. There's like people like that, like Satanists, and like people like that, so yeah, 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 so yeah, you know, um, so yeah, mm, so, but I really think that the person, that the woman was a Satanist because, first of all, on the pit, on the fridge, there was like this fucking weird picture of like a demon girl. It's like this weird picture of like a demon girl, which like was like really weird. It was like a picture on the wall of like a demon. No, it wasn't on the wall. It was on the fridge. There was a picture like on the fridge of like a demon girl, of like some fucking demon girl, and that like freaked me out. And so I like took that down, took that shit down, like put it in the drawer. That shit freaked me out. And also another thing, the woman in like I found like some weird shit in the drawers. In the drawers, like it looked to me like in some of the drawers, it looked to me like I don't know if exactly, but it looked to me that there was in the drawer, um it looked like there were Dibbit boxes. If you don't know what a Dibbit box is, it's basically a box where like a demon's like in, and you open the box and you basically there's a demon in the box, and I guess you let the demon escape. But that's what it looked like that there was in the goddamn drawer, some of the drawers. Another thing that was in the drawer that was also like a little weird. It wasn't like anything like creepy. It wasn't like satanic, but it was just like weird. Like in the drawers, in one of the drawers in one of the bedrooms, there was like fucking like panties in there. There was like a pair of her fucking panties in there. Like why? Like, so that's just fucking like weird. Like, why are you fucking leaving a pair of your fucking underwear? Why are you leaving a fucking pair of your panties in there? Like, I mean, there's probably like there might be like a lot of like I wonder like if there's like some fucking like weird people like there. I was just wondering like I wonder if there's like some weird people, like some sick, because there's a lot of sick fucks out there. So I wonder if there's like some weird people that have stayed at that Airbnb before that have saw the panties in the drawer, and then they started like fucking sniffing them, and like like sniffing them and shit. Like some people that are like into that shit. I wonder, like some people, like some sick fuck, like a sick pervert stayed there, and then they fucking like sniffed the underwear and like fucking like did shit with the underwear, and like like I don't know, stuff like that. Or but no, that was just gross. That was just fucking weird. And another thing, like the woman was also like a little fucking lazy. She was also like lazy. Like the stuff, like it wasn't that clean. Like the condo like wasn't that clean. It wasn't that clean of a condo. Like under the couch there was like fucking like chip crumbs on the ground. There's like fucking like chip crumbs on the ground. And then the couch was a pull-out mattress, pull out as a pull out. And so I remember like I looked under the couch. I was took the cushions off. Like I looked on the couch and I was gonna pull out the pull out bed, and like fucking like under the couch, or not under the couch, but like under the cushions, it just looked like there's like fucking or just like weird shit. Like what the fuck is this? Like what is this shit? And so yeah, then I think my dad said, like my dad like texted her and said, why like it looks like a little dirty. I got like potato chip crumbs under the couch. So that was just like dirty. That's just like messy. She just like like left the place dirty and didn't bother cleaning it. Either that or like other people that rented the Airbnb. It could have been somebody who rented the Airbnb before that made that mess, and and she just never bothered to clean it up, or she never bothered to clean it up. But you should. If somebody made a mess there and then didn't clean it up, you should clean it up before the next fucking person gets there, before the next person gets there. You want to keep the place clean. So then we told her, and she said, oh, I can have my cleaning lady come over and clean for you. And so then that's what we wanted to do. The cleaning lady came over, and like the next day, or it was like the next day, or like the next, it was like the second, it was like the next day, I think. She came over clean. She was a pretty nice woman, pretty nice lady. She was like young, like maybe 30s. I don't know. She had a kid. She had her kid with her, which I don't know why. I guess like maybe she like her kid. She had like a fucking like 2-3-year-old kid with her, which I guess maybe she like couldn't keep her. Or maybe she was a single mother and had to make ends. Trying to make ends meet. Either that or yeah, maybe that, or just she there's nobody home to watch her, or maybe father had, either like she's a single mom and she had to she didn't have time put her in daycare, or she can't afford daycare, or doesn't have time to put her in daycare, or something like that. Either that or I don't know. But yeah, I guess maybe she couldn't afford daycare. It's probably expensive, in Beverly Hills. Daycare is probably expensive. I mean, it's probably expensive in Beverly Hills, in that area. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that was that. But she was a pretty nice woman. She was clean. She cleaned. She got there like when we were like on the way out, like probably like a few minutes before, like we were about to leave, like to go out for the day. She like came by, and so we just she came by and we just like said hi, like for a second. Then we went out. We went, did our thing. So yeah, but I don't know. So then after she cleaned it up, and then she like cleaned up like the pull-out bed, and then she like pulled the bed out. Made the pull-out bed, like put the sheets and pillows and stuff on the pull-out bed. So I guess like, so I don't know. I guess the fucking owner, like the fucking owner did not want a bad review. She clearly did not want a bad review. Like she like had a clean lady come over, and a clean lady did like a good job cleaning. Like she did a good job cleaning. I think she was, I don't want to say, like she might have been she was either Mexican or she was Spanish. I was I mean, I don't know. So for some reason, it's not this isn't racist. Don't call me racist for this, but like Mexicans, like it's not. Don't call me. It could come off as racist. This could come off as racist. I don't mean it to be racist, but a lot of Mexican people are good at like good at cleaning, good at you know, good at cleaning, good at mowing the lawns, good at cleaning, stuff like that. So that's why a lot of landscapers in Mexico, a lot of people, a lot of like housewives, a lot of people that hire a maid, she will most of the time be Mexican sometimes. So not all the time, but a lot of times you see that like people's maid will be Mexican. So I forget. So Mexicans, I don't know, they're just good at cleaning. That's not racist. That's a compliment. Actually, no, that's not racist. This is a compliment. If it would be racist if I said something bad about them, if I said like if I said something like, oh, I hate Mexicans, then that would be racist. But that's a compliment, saying they're good at, I don't know. But so yeah, so yeah, but and so yeah, so that was good. Then it was clean after that, and then from there it was good. But yeah, I had a good time. Now I had a really good time. Besides, from that, I had a good time. It was a good time. Going out, doing stuff. I had a good time. Going out. Doing stuff. I had a pretty good time. Going out. Doing stuff. A pretty good time. I had a pretty good time. going out and doing stuff. In LA. I had a great time. We we had a good time. Um, Besides that, we had a good time. I went, to In and Out for the first time. It was In and Out was really good. That was really good. I got a double. I got a double animal style with some animal fries, and I got like a chocolate shake, I think it was. And the shake was really good. The shake, everything was good. The burger was really good. With the spread, that sauce they put on there, like the spread, and then the animal fries were really good. The animal fries were really good with the cheese, the grilled onions, and the spread. Were really good. So yeah, that was really good. That was really good. That was really good. So that. So and then we had some, because LA's known for having good Mexican. LA is known for having good Mexicans. It's called Cal-Mex. So I think California in general, but especially LA, they're known for having good Mexican. They're called it's called Cal-Mex. It's called Cal-Mex. So we went to some Mexican place. We went to some Mexican place, and I forgot the name of it. I would say the name of it if I remember, but I honestly can't remember the name. I honestly can't remember the name of it, but you know, um, you know, um, you know, we went. So I forgot what I got. No, I think I remember. I got these like a taco. I got these like really good. It was a burrito. Was it taco or burrito? Like, sorry about that. But yeah, I think it was a taco. I think it was like if I got like a few tacos, I think, and yeah, they're pretty good. And like the tacos, like pretty good. Pretty good. Tacos. So yeah, we got a few tacos. We got a few Yeah, I got like I don't know, maybe like I don't know, three like just like an order. I think like three. I don't know, but it was really good. I remember it being like really good, and like I just remember it being really good. I remember like the place was like a pretty cool place. Like and yeah, the food was really good. The food was really good, and I loved it. Had a pretty good time. Uh, I had a pretty good time, and yeah. And then I also went to Universal Studios. I went to Universal Studios Hollywood, and I had a great time. And if you guys are wondering, no, I did not go to Super Nintendo World because that was before Super Nintendo World opened. That was before Super Nintendo World opened. That was before they opened. That was before they opened. That was before they opened. And so yeah, it was only like they had like the preview stuff. They had like Mario stuff at like the like a merchandise. They had like a Mario, like in the gift shop. In the gift shop, they had like a Mario merchandise, like a couple of like Super Nintendo shirts. So I got this like one shirt that said like Super Nintendo World, and like I think I got like like a stuffed Mario plush or something. But so yeah, they had that. That was cool. But it was before Super Nintendo World opened. Hold on. Back, back, So yeah, so as I was saying, I had a pretty good time. I had a pretty good time, at Universal. A pretty good time at Universal. It was, I had a blast. I had a blast at Universal. I had a pretty good time. We went on the tour. We went on the tour. This tour of we're on this tour, the tour of a Universal, which was pretty cool as a tour. It takes you around on Universal and some of the film sets. We got to see some pretty cool stuff. We got to see the original Psycho House, which was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. If you don't know the movie Psycho, a lot of you youngsters might not know the movie. So Psycho, is a really old movie. It's basically it was basically the first slasher movie. Basically the first slasher movie. And so we went to the original Psycho House, and it was pretty cool. They got the original Psycho House. They had a guy that was dressed as Norman Bates, a guy that was dressed as Norman Bates. And he when we drove up to the door, and he came at us with a knife or a fake knife, but but that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. It's a little scary, but I thought it was pretty cool. They had that. I thought that was pretty cool. They had that. I thought that was pretty cool. They had that. I thought that was pretty cool that they had that. And yeah. So that was cool. And then they took us some stuff. We got to see some stuff for um some Jurassic. There's this one part that was this 3D section. There's this 3D section that was a 3D Jurassic Park section, and that was really cool because it made me feel like I was there. There was actually I think at one point there was water that sprayed at us, and it was it was real. It wasn't or it might have been real, I think. But yeah, it was good. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. That was fun. And then afterwards, after the tour, we went on this Minion Mayhem ride, which was a pretty cool ride. That was one ride that I knew I wanted to ride. There's other rides. That was the only other ride I went on. I wanted to go on some other rides, but the line was so long. The line for the ride is so long. So I mean, I think we. But yeah, but next time I get there, I definitely want to go on more rides. I want to go out the Super Nintendo one next time I get there. But yeah, I'm glad we went on the Minion Mayhem because that's the one ride that I really want to go on. As soon as I saw on the news, I saw it was a ride that came out. I think after the Minions movie came out is when they made the ride. So yeah, pretty fun ride. And then we got I got this oh yeah, another thing I got butter beer. I got this we didn't get any food, but I got this butter beer. I got this butter beer, which was but I got butter beer from Harry Potter, the Harry Potter world. And so that was really good. The butter beer. I got the butter beer from the Harry Potter world because that's one thing I really want to try. And that shit was so good. We got this frozen. They had it we can get it regular as a soda, or you can get the frozen version. And so yeah, I got the frozen version. I got the frozen version, and yeah, it was it was really good. They put some it was supposed to be foam on top. I think it was foam, but it was it was this vanilla cold foam on top. That was supposed to be beer foam. And I think you could add alcohol to it. Obviously, I'm not 21. I couldn't drink alcohol, but even without the alcohol, is really good. But you can add alcohol to it. But you have to go to another bar. You have to go somewhere else to a bar to get it. They don't give you alcohol. They don't have alcohol there. You have to go to a bar. Because I remember at one point, this other guy that was in front of me said, "Hey, can we get this with alcohol?" And they're like, "Ah, no, sorry, to get it with alcohol, you have to go, to a bar. You have to go to another place, another place." So yeah, I guess that's what he did. That's what he did. That's what he did. And yeah. That's what he did. And yeah, so I guess it's when. But I had a great time. And then another thing I did after, because the butterbeer I got before I went on the Universal tour ride, and then afterwards I went to afterwards we went to I went to after the Minion Mayhem ride. I got this one thing, this one like Minion slushy, this like Minion slushy thing, which was really good. It was like this like slushy, this like blue slushy, like this blue slushy that had like vanilla, like blue slushy on top, and then had like vanilla ice cream like on the bottom, and it was like really good. It was like really good. The combination of the blue slushy with the vanilla ice cream. Oh my god, it was so good. And they put these like banana candies on top because as minions, like bananas because I mean the color bananas, so they eat bananas. So yeah, yes, that was cool. And so Universal had a great time. Next time I get out to LA, next time I go to LA, I definitely want to get back to Universal. And I definitely want to go to I definitely want to go to, you know, I definitely, want to go to Super Nintendo World while I'm out there. I definitely want to go to Super Nintendo World while I'm there. So, yeah, yeah. Another thing so I hiked the Hollywood sign. That was fun. That was fun. I did that while I was there. We went like on with a tour guy. We went like on a tour with a tour guy, and so we hiked like with the tour guy and with the tour guy, and And so yeah, that was pretty cool. We hiked like up like the whole Hollywood sign, and it was a long hike. I gotta be honest, it was a long hike, but we did it. We hiked up the whole sign, and yeah, and it was pretty. When we got up there, I was like, damn, I'm actually up here on the Hollywood sign, and I'm crazy, like seeing the Hollywood sign in person, because I've seen like so many. Like in so many movies I watched, I've seen the Hollywood sign, but it was just so cool seeing it in real life, and it was awesome. I loved it. I loved hiking the Hollywood sign. So yeah, yeah, it was really cool. And another thing we did is we went to Malibu Beach. We went to Malibu. We went to the Malibu Beach. While we were there, we went to Malibu Beach. Drove Malibu. Malibu was about like 30 minutes away. It was about like 30 minutes away from Beverly Hills. Yeah, about 30 minutes away from Beverly Hills. It's about 30 minutes away from Beverly Hills. So we drove there. We drove me there, and we went to the beach. It was a pretty cool beach. That's the beach where Baywatch was filmed at, the show Baywatch, not the movie. Because for some reason the damn movie they filmed at like in Miami or something. I don't know why, but they just decided to film the movie in Miami. So that was pretty stupid that they did that. But the show Baywatch, the old show Baywatch, that was filmed. That was filmed. On Malibu Beach. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that they did that. That was pretty cool. And yeah, yeah, yeah. That was pretty cool. That was there, and it was pretty nice beach. It was a really nice beach. It was good. I had a good time. And also, another thing I went to in LA, I went to Nobu. I didn't go to the Nobu in Malibu. I know the Nobu in Malibu is like the famous one. I wanted to go to that one, but for some reason my dad like he got we went to the one in LA because we want to go to the one in Malibu, but my dad like didn't know that there the one in Malibu was famous. There was a famous one in Malibu, and we didn't tell him. I didn't think to tell him, but so he just booked a reservation for Malibu and LA. So I was like, all right, that's fine. The Malibu and the Nobu in Malibu was supposed to be the famous one, but it's it's fine. But the Nobu in LA was still nice. It would have been cool. Maybe next time I get out there, next time I go there, I do want to go to the one in Malibu because that one's supposed to be really nice, but still was good. Still good going. That was my first time going to Nobu. It was pretty good experience. They have, it's pretty expensive. It's pretty pricey. It's pretty pricey place. So if you go there, it's definitely like a high end, place. It's definitely, like a high end, restaurant. So, be prepared to, spend, at least like a few $100s, while you're there. So yeah, yeah. And so I went to Nobu. I went to three different Nobu locations. I went to the Nobu in L.A. When I was in L.A., and then I've been to the Nobu in downtown New York, downtown Manhattan, and then I also have been to the Nobu in Scottsdale, Arizona when I was there. So three different times I went to Nobu and three different Nobus. So yeah, I had a good time. Oh yeah, and another place when I was in LA, I went to Carl's Jr. I went to In and Out, and also went to Carl's Jr., which was cool. So it was cool. So I had Carl's Jr. a total of twice. I had Carl's Jr. There. I got this like chicken sandwiches, like bacon ranch chicken sandwich, which was really good, by the way. It was really good. It's bacon ranch chicken sandwich. It was really good, and yeah, so it was really good. Fuck. So it was really good, and I got that like the meal, fries, drink, and yeah, it was really good. It was really good chicken sandwich. Like the chicken was like nice and juicy, flavorful. The fries weren't bad. The fries weren't bad, pretty good, but the chicken sandwich was like really nice, flavorful. It was really good. And then the second time I had Carl's Jr. was on my way back at the airport in Puerto Rico when I went to Puerto Rico. I don't know if I told you about this. I went to Puerto Rico and I just went there actually in December. Yeah, at the end of December. I guess I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you guys about that because I didn't really film. I mean, I like posted on my Instagram. So go over to my Instagram, see the pictures. I posted. I took and posted while I was in Puerto Rico. So go for to my Instagram to see that. But I guess on YouTube here I didn't mention it because those vacations. I guess it was my vacation. I guess a break from YouTube. I guess I just wanted take a break from YouTube. So I guess while I was there, I didn't really do much. I mean, we did stuff, but it was so good, so peaceful. Sitting back, relaxing. On a resort, relaxing on a beach in a Caribbean island, drinking a pina colada. Because yeah, man, that was. I really wish I was back there. That was paradise, paradise. Sitting on the beach, on a Caribbean island, drinking a nice pina colada. Man, that was paradise. That right there was paradise. And I had a great time. Puerto Rico was nice. I love Puerto Rico. So yeah, I'm at the airport in Puerto Rico. I had Carlos Jr. and I got this Western burger, the double. I got this Western burger, the bacon Western burger that they have there, and yeah, that was really good. It was sort of heavy. I probably shouldn't have ate that before I got in the airplane because I threw up. Because it was on the way back from Puerto Rico. It was at the airport in Puerto Rico, which I was surprised that there was a Carl's Jr. there. But the second I saw that there was a Carl's Jr. there, I just decided to I saw Carl's Jr. I was like, all right, I have to get it again. It's not that often. There's no Carl's Jr. I've never been to a Hardee's. There's no Hardee's. There's Hardee's on the East Coast. It's Hardee's on the West Coast. Carl's Jr. But there isn't really any Hardee's in New Jersey. There's some in like Florida and stuff, but there's not really many down here. And so yeah. So it's not really many down here. And so yeah. But so I threw up on the plane because it was really good burger. I got the double. That was probably already a mistake getting the double because I was hungry. Like I was had like a bit of a hangover because it was New Year's Eve the night before, and it's probably best I don't talk about that because I'm under 21. So okay, so it's probably best I don't talk about that. Don't talk about that stuff since I don't. First of all, I don't want to get my video age restricted. I might already be age restricted because I have been cursing a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't. But no, I probably shouldn't talk about that since I'm under 21. So shh. So yeah, no, I didn't do that. I was tired since the night before. Stayed up late. On New Year's. So yeah. Okay, I was in another country. Like the drinking age in Puerto Rico is 18, so I was still 16, so still too young to drink. But they don't care on the resort. On the resort, they don't care. When I went up to a bar and tried to order, they do care. But when I when I'm sitting on the beach, because when you're on the beach, there's like people. And when I'm at a restaurant sitting at the table, they can order whatever you want. They don't give a fuck. They just, want tips. The people. So yeah. And yeah, so I had a good time. At Puerto Rico. It was really, really good time. My first. So Puerto Rico it was my first time, like, technically outside of the country. Even though Puerto Rico is technically a territory of America, it's still technically, its own country. It's still technically its own country. So I can still, consider it, being outside of the country. So technically, it was my first time being outside the country, even though it's a territory of the U.S. It's still, it's its own country. It's still, technically its own country. It has its own flag and its own, president. So yeah, or whatever they call it there. So yeah. So yeah. But yeah. So I think I'm gonna go. It's after 3 in the morning. We've been streaming for fucking almost 3.5 hours. We've been streaming for 3 hours and 31 minutes. That's the longest. This might be my second longest stream. I couldn't make it my longest. I was thinking about maybe going to 4 hours, doing this to 4 hours, but I don't feel like going this long. I'm fucking tired. I just want to go to bed soon. After 3 in the morning. I was thinking about maybe going, until the 4 hours, but now I don't know. I don't really want to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. This is the launch stream. Is my second longest stream because my first longest stream was that GTA live stream that I did a year ago. That was like 4 hours long. So this sounds my second longest stream. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And once again, also like the stream if you haven't liked the stream already, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.